By the way, did you end up getting your triumph or title?
We'll talk about this here in a second. Hey, everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe, and I feel like I shouldn't have asked that question.
I'm Shannon.
And we'll talk more about that when Corey and Tyler get in.
Are they coming?
I don't know. That's the other thing. So yeah, we're
Hey, guys.
live. We're doing a
happy,
podcast. Hey, everybody. Half the people aren't here right now, but maybe could possibly be on their way. I don't know.
They have the coronavirus.
It's 7:30. Yeah, I told them to drink Modelo, but they just they won't stop. It's all
Yeah.
about that Corona, all about that Lyme disease.
Even the Bud Knight couldn't
I
save
just wanna
them.
be very
Even the
clear.
Bud Knight couldn't save them.
I just want to be very clear. I don't know these two,
False. You know us.
but I wish I
I'm hearing stuff.
That's probably your Wiffy getting ready to leave. Go beat the shit out of people.
She's gonna go kick boxes. They're very, very mean boxes. If it makes you feel any better about it.
I promise I'm not trying to be boring and like lame. I really am trying to beat this. And
Joe's
think
doing stuff
Legend of
for
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Did you do at least the
Breath
the
of the
beginning one?
I've got through 0.
So
I've done this one twice and I have failed both times.
this is
So
really
my third
fun.
Run through of this. That's why I said I'm just gonna have to bring it over to you and have you beat it for me.
This is really fun with no Corey or anything, because I was gonna say, yay, fun times. This week's Corey's birthday, and
And
there's
you don't show up.
there's no Corey here, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Corey had a birthday last year.
This is true. This is true. He gets one a year.
Wait,
I
what
don't
day?
know.
What day is his birthday?
It was
It was
yesterday.
Tuesday.
Oh, was it Tuesday? Okay.
It was yesterday.
Yeah,
So his
Tuesday.
birthday is on Mario
Wow.
Day,
You said that weird. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I
Yes.
like easily remembered it.
and we're only 10 days apart.
Hey.
Everybody, welcome to the podcast. It's Nick.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's hump day. No.
Everybody be out humping.
So, because we can't talk about that yet.
Can we talk about E3 getting canceled and how mad we are?
Sure. Let's talk about E3 getting canceled. The
I'm
fuck,
fucking
bruh.
angry as shit because now I feel like E3 is gonna just be not a thing anymore.
From what I have been seeing online, it looks like this was the last year for E3 to attempt to
Kind of bring it back.
prove that it is still relevant in today's society, and the fact that it's being closed down because of coronavirus. It's like, well, yeah, there went that,
Or actually,
which really sucks because like Joe said, like we used to watch it all the time. Like that was our thing.
My
is
thing-
watching
RIP3.
God damn it.
I was sitting around and I was thinking about it, and I was when I was explaining this to Adrian, I thought of, to me at least, a good kind of analogy for it.
Yeah.
Was to me it reminds me a lot of like Warped Tour for video games, where like Warped Tour, it's like, yeah, I could go see any of these bands individually, which would all be cool, and it's like, oh, I'm glad I saw that band, but there's something magical about going and seeing 30 bands all in one show,
Yeah,
and
or
being able to walk around and see all of the fans from like, oh, hey, like you're an Xbox guy, I'm a Sony guy, let's actually be friends for those one day a year.
or like, yes, I would definitely 100% watch this this Halo press conference. Oh wait, now they're talking about some game I've never heard of called Scalebound.
Yeah, can't wait
Like-
to see what that's all about.
Exactly, like 100%. And it's also one of those. In more recent years, it's dropped off.
Maybe
But
for
in the
other
beginning-
people, but I feel like it's only picked up for me because
No,
now that
no,
I'm an
no.
adult, I'm like, oh,
No,
I
I'm-
can't
I'm-
even
I'm
watch
sa-
it
I'm saying from the perspective of a lot of companies were like dropping out, but
Yeah.
even the companies that were still willing to stay and put in the effort, like Nintendo, like Microsoft, like
yeah,
Ubisoft.
fuck you, Sony. We're looking at you.
And here's my biggest thing. It's so sad that we will never get another Devolver Digital press conference.
I still feel like
Oh my
Devolver's
God.
gonna be like, fuck it, we're doing it.
And I find it funny. The first time I heard about E3
Were
not
you
being a
with
thing.
us? Was it the three of us? The first year that we watched it, and we're just
Yeah.
accidentally left the TV on, and
Yes.
we're like, what is?
Oh
this?
yeah, we
And,
were just like, what the fuck are we? This is not
and
what.
it was like, oh, this is Devolver, and we were like, oh. That was just.
But also, like,
boring fucking thing.
I thought it was like we somebody left it on like Mad TV or something.
Yeah, we were just like, what
But-
are we
but
watching?
It was like the Eric Andre show, but like not funny, or the Tim and Eric show, but not funny.
Oh,
like-
God.
That literally was what it looked like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So like, I don't know. Devolver. Again, the way I found out that E3 was getting canceled was Devolver sending out a tweet saying, "Well, rest in peace. Anybody who has tickets and like plane tickets, like go ahead and cancel your shit now so you can try to get your money back."
Yeah, which is like, well, that's sad.
Yeah, I found that out last night. But apparently today
I
was
took my hand off the controller and someone shot me with a fire arrow.
sounds right. But yeah, no, it's today was the official cut. Like no more. So
I mean, like there was official, like they said no.
like E3 has officially come out and stated we are canceling.
Oh,
E3
okay.
this
Never
year.
mind. Okay, never mind. Okay.
That today was the official.
Got it. That's what I said.
There used to be something just so magical about watching people walking around and like they would be talking to like Microsoft and in the background you could see them talking to Nintendo and like I really cannot stress how much I'm gonna miss that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We still have things like PAX or
Yeah, but to me, they
GameStop's
were never
Expo, which GameStop's Expo
important.
is still not open to the public, but
Right.
maybe since they're going to be doing those kind of the same kind of stuff that you get at E3, but specifically for GameStop, I wonder if GameStop's going to get to the point where maybe they'll like broadcast those interviews or demos that they're showing off videos of or whatnot, to try to.
Oh hey guys, is it 7:30 already?
Sorry, were you guys playing Stellaris and ignoring us again?
No, we were playing Call of Duty Warzone, and we got a win.
Oh, so basically
Whee!
you're playing something even
Snacks,
shittier
though.
than that.
What snacks?
I brought snacks though.
Actually,
Is it good?
Warzone's
I don't know anything about Warzone. I
Actually-
don't even know what that is.
War, Warzone is
Stop,
fucking
I
amazing.
can tell.
Ooh.
Are you joining?
Oh hell yeah! Give me one of those.
You are? Oh.
Okay.
You know Adrian's not gonna be here, right?
I know.
Oh, okay. Why don't you
Think
come
that-
in and like hang out?
Well,
I'm gonna
if
hear, by
if
the
you
way,
would like
I'm
to go
not-
upstairs, you know where we keep our glasses.
Oh,
If
and I
you
was
would like to
expecting
partake.
And what?
What's
Thank you. What is that? Have you had the Jaeger cold brew though?
No.
It's delicious.
You say Jaeger cold brew?
No, that
Does it
sounds.
taste like Jaeger?
I don't believe you.
I have to ask. How
yeah,
did you guys
we've
watch
been
Hi,
live for
friends.
7 minutes. Yeah.
What?
How did you watch Team America?
He turned it on.
But from where?
Our giant TV in our bedroom.
Okay.
Watch what?
She got you.
Hey,
there. She got
Corey. Which version of Team America did you watch?
The good version.
The unrated?
Yes.
Was there an 8-minute puppet sex scene or like a 12-second puppet sex
8
scene?
minutes.
Yeah, it was a long.
Were they shitting on each other and like throwing up on each other and like?
Oh no, then we didn't see that.
No. Okay. So
Oh.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
all over in 8 seconds though. It was a good couple minutes.
So the entire reason I've been actually like done research on this just because of how much I like am happy you've seen Team America now. They literally put that entire scene in there. The entire purpose of it was okay, we're gonna just make a really fucked up movie, but we're gonna put in this really, really, really bad scene that the MPAA is immediately just gonna be like, that can't be in there, and then we'll go, oh okay, well we'll get rid of that, and they won't even pay attention to the other shit.
That's pretty smart.
I tried to give you a pup cup, but Corey said no.
Oh.
You showed him the sad face of my pup cup.
You
The sad face.
would like
I'll be the
Warzone
first to say happy birthday live
I would like
on the
Warzone.
podcast.
without. Yeah,
But Kaylee just covered the camera for it.
Warzone is a blast.
I think you with the way you like Call of Duty and the way you like Apex. I believe that
Why not join?
from what I've played, Warzone feels like the perfect mix between Call of Duty and Apex.
Okay.
It maintains
Is Warzone a battle royale?
it maintains the gunplay.
It's
and
Call of
the
Duty Battle
feel.
Royale. It's free to play.
Call
and
of
then
Duty.
but if you have Modern Warfare, you can access it through Modern Warfare. And I think somewhere it said like you got like a few hours earlier access, but then like
Your weapons carry over from the game.
yeah.
All that.
So like one of the things that you can do is you can get a like a random drop.
Well, the loadout crate,
The loadout crate. Yeah. Like you can get
It's
a
like-
loadout crate.
like a care
And
package
you can actually select like,
But
oh, I want this loadout from my-
multiplayer.
from
So
my
you can
multiplayer from
create like
Modern
we've
Warfare.
created a loadout.
I mean, it
that
doesn't
we
really
want.
matter. You can create a loadout. Even she doesn't have Call of Duty, but she downloaded the whatchamacallit?
I guess I'm confused.
Take one down. Pass
So it maintains the
around,
gunplay
so
of-
Jameson
No,
on the
that's
wall.
not my question.
Call of Duty. Okay, go ahead.
My question is, do
So you can put
start
it
with
in.
stuff?
You start with a pistol.
Oh, well, then what's the loadout?
So you start with a pistol. You run around and you gather all your shit just like a
Yeah.
normal battle royale. But then you can get a random loadout, not a random.
Oh,
you
from
get
a care pack.
It's a loadout crate that falls down. You run up to it, press and hold a button, and then you can access all 10 of your loadouts, and you can pick one.
You
All
just be like,
pre-done loadouts.
I want this gun with these.
So I made a
add-ons.
Warzone specific loadout where I have an M4 with an extended barrel, a huge suppressor on it, foregrip on it, and then the canted iron, and then the regular zoom optics on it.
Is there an option to put a 5 grip on it?
Probably. And then I also,
missed
because I
that.
discovered, so like the time to kill in that game is much higher than it is in the regular Call of Duty.
Yeah, TTK is very high.
So
So it takes longer, is what you're saying.
because
Yes.
you can get armor plates, much akin to
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
What?
Oh,
Or Battlefield.
Battlefield, where you load them into the carrier.
100% works exactly like Black Ops 4's.
I was gonna say I didn't know that.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I only
The
played that
battle
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Forgive you for being late.
So you can put it
Okay,
in
yeah.
MyFitnessPal. It's 70 calories and no sugar.
Oh, what
thank
did
you.
we just hand me? What?
Jameson cold brew.
So it literally tastes.
Jameson.
Oh, wait, is this what I've had?
Yes, you have had.
Just dunk the microphone in it. I guess this is
a
cheers,
happy
cheers to
birthday,
Corey's
Corey.
birthday.
Yeah, thanks. I'm old.
1
What
year
is
closer to death.
How old are you now?
Shit. 31.
7.
Oh, he's the oldest here.
He's at least 7.
At least 7.
I am the oldest here.
Yeah, 70 calories, 0 carbs, 0 fat, 0
I
protein.
really liked that. I was like, yeah, it just tastes
Can I
like
scan the
Jameson. I was
bottle?
like, there's the
Yep.
coffee.
No, but like I honestly wasn't expecting a lot because
Oh,
while
thank you.
Black Ops 4's Battle Royale was decent, I didn't enjoy it.
Same.
It wasn't my style of Battle Royale.
Same.
It felt too fast paced, too rushed, too congested.
It felt like they feel like they rushed the game to get it out
No,
too
no, no.
fast. or
No, no, no,
like
no,
they
game,
rushed
like-
it
the
too-
pace
Yeah,
of the
so
game.
like
It's too
people were
quick.
moving at Mach 7.
You
and,
have
like,
to. There's no stopping and being tactical. It's literally just go, kill on your way.
This one plays more. I don't want to say more like PUBG, but a little bit more like PUBG.
It's a
in the
fair mix
perspective.
between PUBG and Apex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
While maintaining the gunplay of Call of Duty.
Which, so like that's what we got second place yesterday, and we got second place because I ran out of. He went down and I ran out of ammo and died.
Yeah.
So my immediate resolution was to make it a 60 round magazine. Now, fucking won on our last game right before we came.
Yeah,
here.
right before we came here,
Nice.
we made the win.
And guess why? Goddamn 60 rounds came in handy.
Yeah.
There was a dude far away who was just like, ah! It was great.
No, it worked out really well, and I don't really like BRs that much. The only BR
sorry.
that I've really actually like gravitated towards was Apex back when we played it a lot. PUBG was all right. I played it with friends because they wanted me to play with them,
The
and
game also got better over time.
It has.
I will
It
also
has.
say PUBG is one of
I
those
will-
games
I will say
that
that, 'cause I have not played it
for-
since like launch. and
for
I
me
played it
at
recently with
least,
you, and it was fun.
PUBG?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this
Check,
game
check.
is much
Yep.
better.
The only thing I don't like about the PUBG
it's
is the well, it is very buggy, but the assault rifles they kick so like you go boom, 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 like it you have to fucking yank your mouse backwards.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. What's wrong?
unplugged.
That one's unplugged.
Bonk, bonk.
Somebody is
Yeah.
off.
Oh, that's me. I
Got it.
probably don't
There we
need
go.
to be on anyway.
Anyway,
Normally
but no,
very
my
loud.
my other thing is
People have been kind of off anyway.
like PUBG is very very slow paced and like tactical,
Methodical.
Exactly, but I don't know. It's almost a little bit too much like that for me. Also, it's the fact of PUBG. It feels like I run around for 30 minutes so that way I can die the first human I see.
Yeah.
At least with Apex and Black Ops, I feel like I was doing more. I haven't.
I had 10 kills this last.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't played an actual match of Warzone because I got on, did the training, and then did the AI training, which I'd recommend doing it. Just from the standpoint of if you do the training where it puts you in the match with AI, it puts you. There's only like 3 circles left. It drops you in. It's AI, so they're insanely easy to kill.
Yeah.
But you get a pretty nice blueprint for a
The weapon.
for one of the bolt action marksman rifles.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
and it's free.
See,
and
in
all you
our
gotta do is
game,
complete it.
we drove all the way around because I have a thing right now, part of the daily. So you have a boot camp objective
Yeah.
when playing Warzone. First one is Like I think the first one is get 1 kill, and then
You have to
it's
pick
like,
up a weapon.
pick up a weapon. Yeah, it's like it goes super easy to harder.
I don't want to pick up a weapon.
One of the last one, or one of the ones I'm on, which is of like 6 of 8 or 6 of 10 or whatever, is to drive a vehicle, pilot a
6 of
vehicle
9?
for 5 minutes.
Nice.
And so I'm at 3. But part of that, 2 of that was literally us driving from the bottom of the map to the top of the map.
We literally just
And like I'm like, give me a waypoint. I'm just driving. Finally, we stop at this area. We go down. We loot, find a loot box, get ourselves all kitted and everything. So my loadout is an M4 with all the gubbins and all the good shit on it, and then also the 50 cal sniper rifle. It's 3-shot in the body, 1
And-
shot in the head,
it's silenced.
and it's suppressed. Because I've used a sniper in multiplayer enough that it's like level 23 of 39.
He from across the map, and you just hear psh, and then you just watch them just sail across
I
the
did.
map.
So like
Dome.
So literally, we're running around. All of a sudden, like Tyler's like trying to jump up this wall.
Because I'm just trying to get up the
I'm
rocks.
like,
'cause
what are you
we're-
doing? He's like, there's a tower up there. I'm gonna get to him. I was like, I think that's out of bounds. And I'm like, it's got a ladder. Like I aimed down. I was like, it's got a ladder. And so we looked all around. Finally, sure, it's a Firewatch tower.
Yeah.
So we climbed all 3 of us. Kaylee's got her RPG like aiming and everything, like we're all ready. I've got my sniper aiming around. He's got his like M4 and he's all aiming in and everything.
We're talking like a Firewatch tower smaller than the size of this table.
Yeah.
And it's literally when you come out of the Firewatch tower, you have maybe 10 feet from the ladder going away from it before you hit
Out
the
of bounds.
boundary of the map.
Yeah.
Not the circle,
So
but the
it is
boundary of the
literally
map.
on the absolute edge of the fucking map.
4 circles like centered on us.
Literally.
And it just kept-
We got so lucky.
We just sat in this tower for like 10 minutes easily.
And so at one point, 2 loadout drops right next to each other, and there's 3 crates,
And
all
they're
in a little triangle.
Literally 150 meters straight down,
Yeah.
unobstructed, perfect view.
Clear
Just
view.
and you're just watching people run in for it.
So no, this one dude,
Killing fields.
he like ran around, he looked, ran around,
Circles
finally got all
around.
the way back, got crashed down, and I had to pull my sniper back out. I just,
And just watched him just drop.
instant kill. It was like, whoa.
That's great.
And
There
then
was-
at the very end,
Here's my sorry, continue.
no, I was just gonna say at the very end, we ended up. He held one area, I held another with like long distance.
And Kaylee was a great bullet sponge.
Yeah, she shot an RPG, and then like they all came around and they shot her down, and I shot the dude that shot her down, and then the other dude who was like right behind him shot me and didn't kill me, so I backed up. But he had that wonderful thirst.
Oh, he
He
was
saw Kaylee on the ground, was
thirsty.
just like, I must get a kill, and so he just comes around while he's sitting there shooting. Kaylee
And I just
down,
leaned
he
up and
walked
over the little rock I was on. And just,
So Kaylee was the best bait. But that was the first time I've won.
There you go.
And it has a super cool cutscene at the end. Of course, I was freaked out a little bit. But, like, literally, it shows your 3 operators, and then, like, a helicopter comes over, and it drops the rope, and everyone goes up the rope. And it gets on, and at the very end, it zooms in on your operator with your name under it.
yeah.
And then it goes to the next scene, and, like, everyone's, like, all ready, and they got their guns as they're getting heli carried out of, like, the gas zone.
Nah.
And it does.
Helicopter just blows up.
It says in memoriam, and it shows all the gamer tags of all the people
Literally
that lost.
everyone. It's
Oh,
really
man.
cool.
That's cool.
It's
That's
just
cool.
super, super neat. Like, they thought really well, like, some of the cool shit in this one.
I do find it funny. Do you guys know what? I know you do, but does anybody else know what Inside Gaming is?
I think, like, the show.
I mean, it was a show on Machinima. Now it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth picked it back up.
Yes.
It's ran by the people that
Yeah,
do Dude Soup.
Did you break your knuckles?
No,
Are you stealing second?
I don't know.
no. Funhouse.
Yeah.
Funhouse runs it. And so they were actually talking about it, and they were doing a video. That, like, they were recording a video, and they were like, "Hey, there's all these rumors that there's another Call of Duty thing coming out." Blah, blah, blah. And then in the middle of the video, somebody off camera's like, hey guys, you're a little late. And they were like, what? And they're like, they just premiered a trailer for what you're talking about. And they were like, oh, apparently it's not rumors. So then they went through and they were watching like the trailer, and they're like, oh, that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. That's really cool. And then they finished it up, and they were like,
Oh.
so everybody was talking about rumors. We were like, and then we watched that trailer, and actually, this looks really fun. and so, like, I went through and watched the trailer.
I'm
and
so
everything.
surprised.
Yeah,
So, one of the coolest things about it, and which I personally love a lot, the Gulag.
I was gonna say the Gulag.
The Gulag
Gulag
is
so cool.
super cool.
So say
Who's
you
that?
get shot and killed.
Scott.
Tell them to
Uh,
sign in. Watch.
He's at work. He was
Uh,
literally at lunch and was just like, "Oh hey, like I'm just gonna like call you before I head back in." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Say you get ganged up on, you just turn the wrong corner, 3 dudes gun you down, you're dead. Well, it does a cutscene and you're being carried into a prison, and then it literally cuts, and then you're being thrown into a prison thing, and then whenever you wake back up, you're in the gulag, and you walk out, and you have rocks and you have your fists, and it overlooks the 1v1 area and 1v1
Like the showers in the gulag.
Yeah, like from the movie The Rock.
Yeah.
And literally, you
Like
can throw.
Rock Throw?
Yeah, like
Nice.
with
Nicolas
yeah,
Cage?
yeah.
in Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew what that movie was.
Yeah,
Fair
I've
enough.
seen that movie.
It's an amazing fucking movie.
No offense.
Uh,
There's a lot of movies you haven't seen that I
Fair,
thought you'd
that's
see.
fair. But no, so literally, it is 1v1 matches. If you win, you get put back in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you lose, your teammates have to pay to buy you back in.
so you only get that gulag option once.
Uh-huh.
So if
That's
you die
pretty
again,
cool, though.
then your teammates can still buy you back.
Now, also, when it gets down to so many people left,
Yeah,
the
the gulag.
gulag closes for the rest of the match.
Yeah.
Which
When it
is
gets down to like the last 15, 20 people
I was gonna say it's out
late.
of 150, it's literally the
Yeah.
last
Late
few
game.
games.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
the
it
other
is-
thing, by the way. 150 player count Battle
That's
Royale.
what I thought I saw.
But I think I think the gulag is really cool because if you, like you said, if you get ganged up and there was no chance for your teammates to help you and save you, you can get a chance. And when you drop into the gulag, it's random gun, random equipment. So you'll get a pistol or a shotgun or a SMG.
Is it-
Is it?
It's identical.
Okay. That was my question.
Every person has the same build.
What?
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Now
Besides he's
not
my brother.
free.
Yeah,
Do what?
not free.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
Because it says
It's free of nut. Made in a
I would
peanut
hope.
and tree
That's
nut
what
free
you think.
facility.
But you know what? It's not free of coronavirus.
Probably not.
It's true.
Oh, and
That's
by the way,
entire night,
our,
isn't it?
Yeah.
you all need to change your clan tags on Modern Warfare because our clan tag is COVID.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I
Because
saw
we
that.
don't kill everyone, just some people.
Just the old weak people.
Oh,
Let's
I'm
face
so
it.
proud of us. Oh, you guys
Um,
mainly, but
No, it's a blast. And then buying like the loadout crates. There are 2 different. I mean, there's a variety of different kill streaks you can get.
this
but
guy's fucking
there's-
me out, dude.
There's UAV, which is nice because it's only 35 seconds and it does show
Yeah.
people. Unless you have done the
He
loadout
keeps throwing
crate
me off
and
when
you
he
pick up
does,
your
just beats the
your
shit out of me.
perks, then you won't like if you have
You're
the
too
UAV
early.
ghost option or whatever on your perks,
Don't-
you won't show up on
Literally do it.
Warzone's UAV as long as you have your
That's all.
UAV.
That's cool.
Like,
Right.
That's really cool.
It's like it only
Like
lasts 35
swing around,
seconds. So
block on,
I wouldn't
block
even
on,
say
block
it's really
on.
overpowered. And then the other option is, of course, the precision airstrike.
Just dodge them.
There was a
And
moment
once you
like
get
in our
behind
last
them,
game where
climb
like
up.
we were waiting and stuff when we were like
Same
going up
games.
to try to get to the tower, and you hear off the distance, right? It's like
Yeah, that's
halfway
what I'm
across the map,
supposed to
and
do,
you shoot.
Carpet bombing.
Can't figure it out.
Well, no, and, like they come by, and you can watch them like as they come down. And then
They'll
do the-
circle around the map, and then you'll see them line up, and you'll just hear the.
And then
And it's cool because like when you're far away,
You hear it from the
you
other
still
side of the
hear
map.
it.
34
And
minutes.
it's like
And now I have to start.
like, oh
Goddamn
shit,
it.
someone just got lit up.
We were playing one right before Kaylee joined us. It was just me and him and a rando, and we were looting an area, and
Yeah,
it
'cause he'll be
was
like,
silence. Nobody around
try,
us.
like,
We had
yeah,
just wiped a team out.
Yeah.
Strike one
We're
at him.
we're looting
Yeah,
and
just
picking
get
through real
behind
quick, and
Jump, he'll grab his back.
we're just circling around, and
He has,
we
like,
hear him
a
off in the
flat
distance.
part on his back.
We keep
As
circling
you
and looting
pop
and looting,
onto
and then I just hear Corey
stasis,
yell,
and
"Run away!
he
Get
sits there
inside!"
for the whole entire time.
And
You're standing right
I was
next
just
to
like,
the
"Oh
rock
fuck!"
thing,
And I just
you
ran and
go,
bolted inside a little
okay,
hut,
I
and
know
not
much
2
time.
seconds later,
I was
airstrike
like,
came
"That was
right
Gotcha.
over where we
It was
were.
it was my airstrike.
Oh,
That's
I didn't
why-
know.
yeah,
I
that's why I
okay.
told you get the fuck out of there.
I didn't
'Cause,
know
like,
it was yours.
There was 2 people that ran into a building. I was like, I'm gonna hit the building just in case they decide to peek out. And then I turn, and like as I'm turning around to turn away, I see him walk out the side and go. And I was like, get the fuck away from there! Like I didn't even think about it. And yeah, it just
Is there friendly fire?
we haven't tested, to be honest.
We honestly haven't.
Shoot me in the face.
I'm sure it'll
To
be
be
fine.
fair-
I'm sure it'll be fine.
We had one really good game where I like it a lot because it maintains that Call of Duty feel,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it honestly it makes me feel like I'm playing Battlefield at times because
Mhm.
we got into that one game where it
On
was
giant
again
fucking maps.
me, you, and the rando, and we were around stadium, and the circle just kept condensing, and there was probably like we were in the
Every
final
shrine.
3 circles,
Yeah.
and there was
Should've
still like
gotten the quest
25
to
people
the
alive.
shrine.
So it was dense, and we're running in, and I'm literally sprinting, and every 4 or 5 steps I'm stopping, brrr, run, brrr, and just lighting people up as we're getting in. And there's grenades going off, there's airstrikes being called in. We're pinned between 2 crates with a squad over here, a squad over here, and a squad we're engaging over here. And I'm throwing grenades, calling in
Jeepers.
airstrikes, and I mean, I finished that game with what 9 kills, but
Not
we
about
didn't
being
win,
That's what the
but it
time-
still was.
The time to
Yes,
kill is much
screens
higher.
that are
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah.
line
You can
tells
still
what
kill
they
someone with
are.
a single mag.
Oh,
So-
easily.
It depends on range at that point because
Yeah.
I've pelted
As a
people
running
like crazy with like the SMG, and at range the SMG. I like how they actually made it so the SMG cannot out snipe.
Yeah.
A fucking the
You can't
M4
run with an
currently.
MP5 and be popping shots across the map.
The
Yeah.
M4 right now, like some of the M4 drops you can get, like you
Dirty.
loot and like a legend M4.
I got a Eagle Tower.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the
a
fire,
Scar.
the scar.
Or this is the Scar one.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Scar.
yeah, yeah, the purple Scar.
And see, I used that at one point. We were like being surrounded. I was able to like hold people off. It had such bad recoil.
No.
I fucking
Yeah.
hated using it.
So that's another thing. Weapons, there's no attachments. You don't pick up attachments. Weapons drop as like rarities. So you'll find a white M4, a green M4, a blue M4, a purple M4, and an orange M4. And the higher rank it gets, the more attachments
Which
and the better
it's
it is.
the same as the Battlefield's Firestorm.
But then, like again, if you get one of those loadout crates, then you can select what loadout you
Yeah, it
want,
doesn't
and it'll
matter.
have the
Attachments and
attachments
Which is
from that
cool
loadout.
because if you go up to it instead of showing a rarity, it just shows player unknown.
Yeah,
And it's like red.
Yeah.
But it's also,
Makes it
you
really
run up to the loadout crate, you take the loadout, take all your perks and everything, and even if you like the guns you found, you can just pick those back up, drop your guns, but then you've got your equipment, your perks.
Just change the whole thing.
Anyway,
no,
yeah.
you didn't get the title. Moral of the story.
Stellaris was great.
I didn't even get to say it.
Stellaris is fucking dope.
I wish you liked that game more.
I really do wish you liked that game because I mean, me and him can sit down and be like, yeah, let's play Stellaris for a couple hours.
So-
12 hours later, and
so
we're like, okay,
to
we gotta-
give an idea, right? So Life Taker, him, and I all decided to start a game of Stellaris, and we're playing. We started the year 2200. We're at the year 2370 something. Whatever.
we've been in this game for like 8 hours.
Yeah, we've been, and all of a sudden we started getting synchronized error, which means that what happens is it desyncs, and then we can keep playing together. But say,
Imagine synchronization is we're all on the same timeline, and
Yeah.
as soon as it desyncs, we all go our separate ways. We're still in the game together,
and I can,
but our timelines go separately.
and I can see the
Like
like what
permanently?
he decides to do. He could move an
Can you
army
fix
to
it?
this star, and I can see it. But the issue is the AI civs in the game at that point will start doing different things. So on my screen, it's like, oh, they just vassalite this other guy. They could be like, what are you talking about? They just decided to start a war. Like, it will change completely. So when you get a desync, you literally have to quit and rejoin as a new.
You have
load.
to you stop,
Oh.
save the game, back out, and then someone rehosts that save. You join in, it synchronizes everybody, then you start playing
Awful.
again.
It's
That'd
a
be annoying.
paradox only thing.
Yeah.
Because the way that time works in those games specifically.
And time is such an important
It's a
factor.
paradox.
Yes,
So smart.
it is hysterically enough. So
Ah.
the issue is
Paradox.
if someone's
No, it's Paradox Interactive.
I know.
if someone's internet is poopy,
Throwback.
or
Just
they're
go try
super
it, man.
far away,
Close
or
it,
their
you have to get
CPU
there.
is failing on all the
I've done that one
calculations,
start.
you get
Yeah.
desync errors. So it wouldn't stop happening. So we kind of figured it was Life Taker. Like it had to be because
Tell
me,
me
you,
about
and Skylar have had zero issues.
No problems. And we're much farther into the game.
Right.
We're almost at end game.
Right. So we knew it was Life Taker.
Tell me
So
start,
okay,
or-
if the weakest link connecting to me is Life Taker, we're gonna have him host. We fucking played like another.
We started a
150
whole new
like,
game and played
at
like
like
another 8 hours.
11:30 at night, and we just kept fucking
We
playing.
just
like,
kept going.
ugh.
See, that's the game that I was telling you that like I got online when I got home and I was like I just want to go to bed. I'm gonna get on to my PC. I'm gonna log into Elder Scrolls. What the fuck are Tyler, Corey, and Life Taker doing? And then like I jumped
That
did-
second game,
Yeah.
when I sent you the thing, we had just started that game and we kept playing.
No. I know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I was like, I bet they're playing.
I made a new civ and I sent it to only Nick. I can't.
I
wait.
haven't encountered it yet. I want to know what the joke is.
The next day, I texted him. I was like, "So, anybody see your amazing
I
civilization
was
right
like,
now?"
no,
Or,
not
like,
yet.
it's so
I
fucking
can't
great.
wait.
Like part of me was like, I should just walk around and just be like, "Hey, did you see this yet?" And I was like, he probably hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah.
And they won't even see the name or the civ or anything until you meet them in the game.
Yeah, and he's on the opposite side of the galaxy from us, so it's going to take a while. And is that the game that I'm blocked in?
No, that's the one that stopped working.
We had a game where I spawned at the very bottom of the galaxy, and I was like on the rim of it. I started to do my exploration, and I went out to the right, and I ran into another empire. And I was like, oh shit, can't go that way. Went to the left, ran into another empire. Oh shit, can't go that way. Can't go back because I'm on the rim of the galaxy. Gotta go in. Started going in, and by the time I started developing northward towards the galactic core, both of those empires had gone like this and literally blocked
It
me in
was just
to where I couldn't go anywhere. And so I was like, all right, fuck you guys. Sent a bunch of minerals to one empire to make them friendly to me. Sent one of my construction ships through their territory, through like 8 different hyperlanes, all the way over to the other side, and started building a new like part of my empire. And so my empire is like super thin little stretch, but it just goes up between like 4 different empires,
I
up
didn't
and
wanna say
around
it,
one.
It looks like an erect dick. Like, straight up, it's like a ball, and then it just comes out. It goes, and then it just goes straight up and boop.
Yep.
Nice little peak.
But it's super tiny, and I'm completely hemmed in. And I was like, okay, well, if I can't go anywhere, instead of building wide, looks like I'm building tall. And I just started researching and researching
Yeah.
and
His
researching.
research went
And
fucking
I'm a
nuts.
super tiny little empire. I have no fleet power. I have the second best economy in the game, and there is nobody in the game that is even remotely close to
Except
me
for
in,
Fallen
in,
Empires.
in technology besides Fallen Empires. And I'm just sitting here, this tiny little empire with no defenses, and I'm just like, you want to be my friend? I'll give you this technology. You want to be my friend? I'll give you these technologies.
Yeah.
Now you two go to war and let me reap the rewards.
He's going
It's
crazy.
so much. It's just fun creating your own civilization, government, everything. Like I love being an AI, or I don't like the hive mind. I've discovered I do not like the hive
You were
minds.
complaining so much about the hive
Fuck
mind.
the hive minds, because
What's wrong with the board?
so basically you have your on your planets you have certain districts, and you need certain things, like you need amenities to keep your population happy and stable. As long as they're stable and happy, they output more resources for you. The
More
hive
resources,
minds,
more fun things.
and all the other civilizations, when you create a city district, it creates a job for a specific population, like a clerk population, that will give you amenities and it gives you housing. Hive mind, it doesn't give you amenities. So you're low amenity on every fucking planet.
And so every planet is like upset and low stability and not putting things.
They're not putting out
outputting.
resources like they should be. So while hive minds, they're meant to expand. Like they're literally built. You get bonuses to just fucking take as much room as you can. I started to, but all the planets I have, they're not happy because like they're at 50% or lower. All of my other civs, like I'm sitting at easy, like happily 80 to 100%.
Oh yeah, all the planets are happy. All the planets are happy.
So it's there's negatives. The other thing I do, like AI doesn't have that exact stuff, but AI is very
Like you can play an actual like
artificial intelligence.
a rogue intelligence.
And they're great because they do have the amenity thing with the housing. I'm pretty sure they do. But they are super starved for minerals because it takes minerals to build more robots.
Instead of
to build more
eating
populations.
food, they eat minerals.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the food
But man,
resource. You don't have to worry about happiness because they're robots. They don't need to be happy.
yeah.
They just need food.
And they
just need
can
minerals.
they can settle any planet, regardless if it's Savannah,
Tomb
Continental, whatever. Fucking robots. I don't give a fuck. They don't breathe.
Shit.
So that's the big thing, though, is that your mineral production is astronomically low because it just sucks it straight. So their beginning is very slow, but then they fucking snowball. That was the thing. Our fucking game was an AI, and he was ahead of me in research. I know I got close to matching him at a certain point, and then it stopped working. I'm sad.
I'm still ahead of you in research.
In the one with it stopped working?
No, the new game.
Oh yeah, in the new game, yeah. I can't match you. I want to. I literally can't. I can't make enough food.
So I took the civilization I've been playing with in most of our games was like a militaristic society, really focused on building up military power and selling it to people. And this one, I maintained the same society, but I pivoted from military to science. And so now I just sit there and I'm pretty much. I think most people, there's like people that are still haven't even developed like
Brains.
what that shields
It's
or
funny,
things
a
like
lot-
that for their ships,
a
and I'm
lot of-
already developing like mega structures and like
a lot of the
Do you
Sims
build
are
those with mega blocks?
like yes.
yes.
A lot of my, like, even my hive mind, which is not great, like I'll look at some of the other civs and it's like, oh, comparatively their technology is inferior, and I'm like, which is the lowest level. I'm like, oh, those poor guys, they're rolling with like the lowest level armor and shield, and I'm over here with like the third or fourth out of 5. Yes,
I
conquer.
like when I look on that and I can see all the societies I've met and it compares me to them, and almost all of them say equivalent. But that's because when I highlight over it, it says their fleet power is overwhelming compared to yours. Their economy is overwhelming compared to yours. Their technology is pathetic compared to yours. And it's like that's the only thing that's keeping
Yeah.
me in this game right now.
See, that's what you like, Settlers of Catan.
This is Settlers of Catan on a massive scale. And I know you said you got bored and like stomped as soon as you played. When you play with friends,
it's much easier.
it's much easier because you can automatically know that, oh shit, I'm low on food. Hey Corey, you got some extra food?
Yeah.
My
the
people-
game
my
between
people's
me,
need
him,
it.
and Skylar is a hive mind, hilarious enough. Actually, you've seen Achievement Hunter. He is his
One Edgar.
his species is one Edgar.
Oh
and his whole
yeah,
planet
yeah,
is the hole and everything.
yeah.
He,
You told me.
he
I forgot about. Oh, you were here when we were
Yeah.
talking about that.
he got vassalized by a bigger empire, and then he tried to decide. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a fucking vassal anymore. And he built up all these armies and fleets, and he went to war.
He was like, guys, I'm going to war.
Turns out this one huge civ that he was equal with, he could fight them, but they're allies with this civ, this civ, this civ, and this civ, and they were just like, "Oh, you're gonna go to war? That's cool!" And just immediately
And it
started
was
rolling.
maybe 15 minutes like for us, and we were like, he's like, I'm going to war. I'm gonna not be a vassal anymore. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, guys, help, please. And I was like, what's going on? And he was at the other end of the galaxy for me. So I scrolled my map all the way up, and I look inside of his empire, and we shared a sensor link, so I could see where all the ships were inside of his empire, and it's literally all red. It's all enemy ships inside of his empire, and I'm just like, oh.
So at that point, me and him started a secondary turf war against the empire, the biggest empire that was really harassing him with the biggest fleet.
We went in the bottom end where where all their forces were up top, and we were down at the bottom of the galaxy, and we just started infiltrating their territory in the bottom,
Destroying all their shipyards.
infiltrating their butt.
But like, it got to a point he sued for peace and he lost 3 quarters. So like, he's just
There's two of them. There's 2 of them. It's no longer one Edgar.
I didn't
It's
know that.
2 Edgar.
I did not know that.
It's 2 Edgar.
But what I was getting at is his economy, Hive Mind, again, is so garbage. I'm a mega corporation. I just make money.
He's a sugar daddy.
I'm literally not meant to create armies and stuff. I'm meant to just, oh, you're gonna attack me? Here's $30,000. Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Shut that war
I've
off.
been literally giving him. I've probably given Skylar over $1 million, like, which is an
That's on top of
astronomical
his like monthly allowance that
Yeah.
he's giving away.
amount.
No, literally, like every turn, every month in the game, you generate resources.
Yeah.
And Corey is making so many per month that he can set up an automatic. Every time the game turns past 1 month, I'm giving Skylar 100 energy credits, and he can set it up. And he's still, even though he's giving Skylar like 150 credits a turn.
300.
Oh, he's giving Skylar 300 credits a turn, and Corey's still making like 400 or 500 a turn on top of that. I'm
literally-
over here, and
I'm the bank of Corey. It's so great.
I'm excited when I break like 60 credits a turn, and I'm not getting any surplus from him. He's literally funding Skylar.
Every now and again, he'll be like, "Hey, do you have any extra energy credits?" And I look up in my bank, which is maxed out at 70,000. I'm like, "Well, what you need?"
And I'm always like, well, whatever you feel
I'm
comfortable
like,
giving
"No,
away.
Tyler, give me a fucking number. 40,000." There's 40,000 for you, and then I make it back in like 6 months.
And I just take those credits, and I'm just like, fleet power.
The game is so much fun, and what I honestly want is to get a game. I've wanted it before. Like, I wanted to get a group of people together, get a game of everyone. So it's no AI, and then you have to actually diplomatically be
You
like,
have to be friends with people.
so like if you block him in and he's trying to get out, you'd be like, well, what are you gonna give me? And like, oh, open borders for 30 years, and at the same time he gives you, 200 energy credits a turn or whatever. So like, and the new update that's coming out, it makes a lot of that a lot easier.
Like I would love to sit down and play a game one weekend where it's like me, you, everyone at the table, Skylar, Life Taker, and have like 7 or 8 people playing in this one Stellaris lobby, and like you said, no AI, but it's all of us playing against each other and actually trying to
Diplomatic. You don't have to go to war.
take control
Right.
of the galaxy.
I will say, it is currently on sale on Fanatical right now, which is actually like a reputable site. They
Humble
do.
bundle, he was saying.
They're kind of like Humble Bundle,
Yeah.
where they put a bunch of stuff together and
Yeah.
you pay like a smaller
They got
price.
keys and
Bumble
stuff.
Humble?
Yeah.
Humble Hundle.
But
I like Bumble Humble.
it's currently on
You know
sale.
what I mean.
Humble your bundle.
You already
The
have it.
Galactic Edition.
Yeah,
I
it
think
comes
it's
with like 3 or 4 different expansions.
I think that's the
Because
one
of,
that
like-
comes with Apocalypse, Utopia, and Lithoids.
and then it also comes with the soundtrack and some other stuff.
will
But,
say-
it's on sale for $11.
I will say it doesn't ultimately matter as long as we play together. I have every bit of the DLC.
Right, and it makes it so that way
If he
Everyone
if
hosts-
you're
if
he
hosting,
hosts
then
it.
everybody has everything. Right, I'm just saying the Galactic Edition is on
Yeah.
that
For
website.
That's really
for,
cheap.
for $11.
That's insane.
Everyone
So
should
like-
get it.
Yeah.
You should buy it.
I have it.
I was gonna say, I know
wasn't
you
told
have it. We just.
I was talking.
I
to
think if
this
you
in the
play with us once and you make your own type of whatever the fuck you
kind
want,
of civilization you want,
yeah.
I think you would have a fucking
Because he
blast.
came into it with asking a lot of questions, and it was just like, oh, you do this for this and this. You just explain it all.
And I sat down and I played a game with him and Life Taker. We played a game one night, and it was only like 5 or 6 hours. But
Only.
I literally texted him the next morning, and I was like, I need more. I need more now.
But yeah, that night that I jumped online and saw you guys playing, I was like, I'm gonna just go to bed. And then I turned everything off, and I was like, oh Although I need to work on playing Doom. So then I got on my Xbox and started playing Doom because I'm trying to get used to the controller. Because has anybody seen the fucking system
You told
requirements
us about
for
this.
Doom?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Eh. It makes me want to know what it's gonna run like if I do get it, what it will run on my PC. Also,
No offense, but do you need 120 frames a second?
Yes.
here's
On
the
non-
thing.
But no. 120 frames per second with like the 2080 Ti is like top gear. Like
I built
like
another computer.
if you're wanting minimum system requirements, my PC can't run it because of my processor specifically.
Well, your fucking processor's fucking 20 years old.
It's 8 years old, but yeah.
That's 20.
I built a
fucking-
PC on Newegg because Newegg has another sale going on.
Yeah.
I was just saying,
It
is that
was-
the one that you sent us?
No, this is another one.
Oh.
It's only $3,000 for the things I want. Actually, I will say now, even if you're not building a new computer, does anyone have M.2 slots?
I do. I have two. Oh, one free.
1 terabyte Intel, which is 15 to 1600 megabytes per second read write speeds, $120, which is like super
Oh,
great
say
deal.
that.
Especially is that the
Insanely
Optane?
cheap.
Huh?
Is it the Optane?
I think it's the 660p, whatever. I'm probably gonna get it because I need to buy TurboTax from Newegg anyway. But I'm gonna buy it in prep for
Where are you buying that from?
Newegg.
Newegg.
Yeah, why are you buying TurboTax from Newegg?
'Cause A, I have a credit card,
Okay.
and B, it's like $30 because we had a coupon in the email.
A coupon.
Oh. I
Huh.
was gonna say you can just use TurboTax for free, and then it
Yeah.
asks you to upgrade if you need to do it itemized, and then you do it. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. But so to get it running at 1440. Let me see if I can find it.
Kaylee, well, what I was gonna say though is Kaylee was trying to push the button
What button?
to buy a computer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love the fact that you were like, yeah, I don't know if
I
we
keep
should do
talking
this, and she
myself out
just
of
sent
it.
you the green
Green
light.
light.
And she was like, go for it. And you were like, guys, I don't know what to do.
So yeah, 1440p at 120 frames per second or 2160p at 60 frames per second. Required is an i9 9900K.
Which is what you were looking to buy, was it not?
No, I was looking at. Wait, recommended is an i9.
Hold on.
99.
Recommended is an i9
If you want-
9900K.
Hold on. If you want 1440, 120 frames a second,
Yeah.
or if you're wanting 4K
And
at-
a RTX 2080 Ti.
Oh, yeah, but
If you're
That's a
wanting
lot.
just the quote unquote base minimum specs, so 1080p at 60 frames per second at low quality settings, you need an i5 3.3 gigahertz or better, or a Ryzen 3 3.1 gigahertz or better, with a 1050 Ti, GTX 1650, 1060, or an R9 280 or an R9 290. If you want recommended specs, it's requiring an i7 6700K or
Need
better,
I don't
and
have
a
that.
1080, a GeForce GTX 1080. That's
Don't
just
need that.
recommended.
I only
Yeah.
have 1070.
And again, that's to run at 1440 at 60 frames.
Well, so that's
with
what.
low
Like
or medium
even Call
settings.
of Duty, I only run at 1080 just to give me that extra bit of frames. Like that's what I was streaming on yesterday. So, like I have a monitor that is 1440, and of course everything looks so gorgeous when you're actually running.
See,
at
here's what's
1440.
really weird with mine is if I run it at 1440
Mhm.
and if I run it at 1080 and that's the only thing I change,
Mhm.
like if I don't change the like the graphic quality or whatever, it runs better at 1440 than it does at 1080.
No
like
shit.
I get higher frames.
Oh, see, I don't. It's
I
exact
think it's
opposite
because
for me.
it's testing how it's optimized with your stuff.
That very well could be 100%. But yeah, it was one of those where like I'm talking like a 30 frame difference.
Well, with that said, though, with that.
That's huge.
Like I was getting
1080. Are you super sampling that?
I don't know. I had it at 1080 and I was getting 30 to 40 frames per
Even
second,
just
and then when I
changing the
bumped it up to the
resolution.
1440,
What I mean is,
I
if
was
it's
getting
trying to go through and sample it at 1440 and downscale it to 1080, it's going to take more processing power than just playing
Even
it.
still, you still
1440.
end up getting better frame rate out of it because you're lowering the amount of pixel count by a lot.
Yeah, but it still has to load all of that, take it, and then down convert it versus just loading it.
Right, but
You're taking the whole down convert.
that's what I'm saying. My base right now
Yeah.
is set for 1440,
Yeah,
but I still downscale to 1080 and I gain minimum 20 to 30 frames.
that's so weird. Then
I know what you're saying. It
Yeah.
technically processes.
I'm just saying I
before
don't
it
understand why
does
his
it.
computer's doing the
I
opposite.
don't know. That's weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It could
yeah.
also be the programming or the whatever the FreeSync. Because it's FreeSync, right? It's not actual G-Sync.
No, mine
No,
was
it's
G-Sync.
Ours are
Oh,
G-Sync.
fuck, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it doesn't make.
That's what I'm saying.
14.
1440 with the G-Sync is better than 1080 with the G-Sync.
That's wild.
I think that's because the monitor is a 1440p monitor. Even if you're rendering and playing in 1080, the monitor is built and designed for 1440. So when the game is producing at 1440, especially considering the G-Sync capability of it, I think that's what causes it to be so smooth.
Well,
And
that's
it's
what I'm
literally
saying. The
it's
monitor
streamlined and performant.
with G-Sync, the hardware is in the monitor to do that portion for him. It's not hitting the computer at all. That's the point of G-Sync.
No,
That's why I was asking if it was FreeSync.
That's what I'm saying. Like because he's sending it at 1080 to a 1440 monitor. That's what's causing the hiccup and causing the downscale in performance.
I wonder if you're still trying to trial.
Because the monitor, I think the monitor is the monitor. Yeah, exactly. The monitor is hamstringing it because the monitor wants to be at 1440.
So
I'm
the
charging my
monitor
bed. Yeah,
is
that's
bringing
my
it
only
down.
concern.
It's not so much that my computer is sending it at a lower frame rate. It's that my monitor is
You would get
projecting.
tearing.
Another reason why I'm excited for you.
Oh, there was a lot of tearing.
We have
Yeah.
a much better
Oh, then yeah, that's not.
The-
You'd
The monitor
get chilled
wants to
better.
run at 1440.
You'd get it tearing
Yeah,
like your ass.
Yeah.
So we'll go in and disable
So I
G-Sync
get
and we'll
like
try it
an
again.
hour and a half on Zelda. And it's just like, yeah.
Why would I do that? It looks so pretty with
No.
G-Sync.
If you're trying to get
Play
extra
for now.
frames at the 1080, even at the extra, disable
Oh, help you
G-Sync.
point.
It should remove
That was
the
great.
tearing and then increase the frame rate because there's no hiccup. Because the G-Sync is the intermediary in that portion.
Okay, but then at that point, why did I spend so much money on a 1440 G-Sync monitor if I'm not using
No,
it?
trust me, I understand. I'm just saying.
Okay.
If you're only getting 40 frames in a game
And just
at
to let you
1440,
know, his monitor is more expensive than ours.
Oh no, 100%.
who's
Yours.
is it?
Yeah.
Your Acer.
Your Acer Predator is about. Well,
It
technically,
was 700 when I bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
mine was 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Since we are talking about computers and
Well,
technology,
to be
in
fair,
general-
To be fair,
To be
it's
fair,
supposed to be more expensive than that. It was
it
just
was 600. It was on sale. I picked it up on for 285.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Best Buy.
Yeah.
Best deal ever.
Best Buy currently has RTX 2080 Ti's.
getting excited.
Best
Yeah,
Buy
it's
has
fucking
RTX
back
2080
there.
Ti's Founders Editions for $11.99.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
I still,
Founders editions look so nice.
I still love how I go into O'Reilly's and like
Huh?
how like
I do.
how Kara
I
reacts
do.
when I order.
I've been a 980.
What?
I'm running a
No,
980
Nick.
Ti on my computer.
So I was watching the first episode of the new season of Paradise PD,
Yeah.
which I can't remember if you ever watched.
I've seen the D&D episode you
You've
showed
seen
us.
it.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
also seen it in Spanish.
It's true.
They
And
call it-
German.
And German.
And German.
German.
But in the thing, there's a spot where they're trying to find some evidence,
Yeah.
and the evidence was backed up.
I need to talk to you. Remind me before you leave. I have to talk to you. Sorry. Continue.
But the evidence was backed up on the cloud
Hey,
via
Nick
an
needs to
Apple
talk to
camera.
you.
Yes.
And so they went through and they go to the cloud, and it's actually like this
Inform-
fortress floating in the
or
sky, and they land. And there's a person that walks out, and they're sitting there like, it's Steve Jobs, and they're like, "Holy fuck, I thought you were dead." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, like they had a backup of me in the cloud." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "It's not exactly like I'm not like alive or anything. I'm just part of this program. They call it. They were like, it's random imaging management or something like that." Like, oh, RIM. So you're RIM Jobs. And he's sitting there, he's like, "I don't think that's funny." And he's like, "If you don't want your attitude, I'm gonna fuck you like I fucked Steve Wozniak."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, goddamn."
Has anyone here seen Spencer's Confidential yet?
Yes.
No. I was
Have you?
about-
No.
I was about to be really surprised.
I've seen it. I added it to my queue and I haven't watched it yet
I saw the
because
notification for
we
it.
just finished Altered Carbon last night.
I haven't finished season
I haven't
2.
even started it, so shush.
Season 1, fantastic. I
Oh,
finished episode 2 of season 2 last
So-
night.
I can't remember when do they know Keanu Reeves shows up? Or is that later?
That's Cyberpunk.
That's
Dingleberry.
Cyberpunk.
What's
wrong with you, jerk?
Dingleberry?
I was really hoping he was gonna be like, I didn't know like Keanu Reeves was in this.
No, so in
I was actually making a reference to like Neo, but I'll give you Cyberpunk.
in Spencer's Confidential, there's another joke like that. So the main story is Mark Wahlberg's been in prison for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Right? They're going
Oh,
through-
that's his new movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, why did I just hear about this today? Everyone
Yeah.
at work's talking about
It's
it.
got.
I was
It's
like, I know
got.
what this trailer was, but I haven't heard
What's
about
his
it.
name? Winston Duke.
I know that name.
You should. Is from Us. He's from.
Yes.
Black,
Oh.
Black Panther.
Wasn't he the dude that he was nominated for a?
He's been in a lot of.
No,
movies
no,
lately.
sorry, from Us. that what you said? Or
Yeah,
from,
he's in Us. He's
okay.
the dad in Us.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen
Is he in Get Out? You said?
Huh?
No. Just
Okay,
in
my
Us.
head, I
His
said
first,
Get Out,
I
that's
think
why.
his first breakout movie was Black Panther.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fucking
Have you not
great.
seen Us?
No, I still haven't seen it.
It's really
It's-
good until you start looking at the plot.
I will say that is a movie.
It falls apart so fucking
That is
fast.
a movie that was. I saw that movie in theaters and I was like, "Holy
It
fucking
was
shit!"
creepy.
He
but
did it again. And then now I go back through and every time I rewatch it, I'm like, "Oh, but that
It's like
completely negates that."
Yeah.
And if that's happening, then how did this happen?
Yeah,
But then,
it's
wow,
a
this
great
is a
movie when you
poopy
watch it
movie.
the first time.
But the first watch
leave
is
it at
amazing.
that. The problem is, like, I went
Watch
through
it
and I
once,
loved it,
never
so I
touch
was
it
like,
again.
Well, my problem was I watched it. I was like, that's fantastic. I want to know more about this. So I started getting online, and online it was just it was thousands of people just making posts about this was wrong, this, and I was like, oh, this movie really kind of
Well, so
sucked. It didn't suck.
in
but-
one of the trailers, well, so there's two things. There's the cloud joke. Where Mark Wahlberg's been in prison for so long. When he comes out, like he's trying to get something, and the guy's telling him, he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I need to get the video off of this," and he's just like, "It's in the cloud." And he goes, "Where the fuck is the cloud?" Like it was a funny little joke.
Nobody knows how the cloud works.
But there was in one of the trailers, I don't know if you've seen it. In all the trailers, it has the joke of Winston Duke where he picks up a shotgun and Mark Wahlberg goes, "No, you don't get the cool gun." And he goes,
Oh!
his name is Hawk," and he goes, "Hawk's a dude with a motherfucking shotgun. Spencer does your fucking taxes," and he's just like, "Fair enough." Like I really like that retort.
I was gonna say that wasn't the trailer. Yeah.
And then what were you talking about? Fuck, it had to do with
I mentioned Rim Shots with
Carbon?
Steve Wozniak.
no.
Altered Carbon,
It was
Rim
another.
Jobs,
It's in
the
one.
cloud.
At least 7.
It was in one of the trailers. I'm trying to think of that whole.
For
movie.
Sailor Rent.
No, we were talking about.
Rooms
it.
are rent 50 cents.
We were talking. It had something to do with exactly that. It wasn't the just.
I ain't got no
cloud.
cigarettes.
Oh, it was. What ends up happening is. I'm pretty sure it's in the cloud. It has to do with a cat. Has anyone seen all the trailers from?
I haven't seen
Spencer
any
Calvin
trailers
Show?
for this.
No.
It's just something happens basically with a cat, and like they're basically
They let it out of the
staking
bag.
They stake it up this one dude, and
Is the cat out of the bag?
as Mark Wahlberg is telling the story, and the stuff with the cat comes up, like they're all growing up and everything. So Winston Duke in that movie plays all of us, and what I mean it's funny. He's this huge dude, but he loves everything organic. So like he's like kind of hipstery, but then he loves animals more than people. So when he finds out what happened to this cat, he turns and like so they're talking about all this crazy shit that these guys have been doing, like all the drugs and the money and the mobsters and all this and everything. And it ends and Winston Duke just goes, "Did blah 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 with a cat?" And like, who's the old guy in the movie? Calls him Alfred. He's in
Shit.
yeah.
I don't think that's his name.
Fuck me.
I don't remember
I
his
don't
name.
think that's either.
But basically, he turns to him and he goes,
Closer, but
he turns to him. He's like,
Former.
he's like, out of everything you just heard, that's what you took away from it. And the guy's like, we need to watch him. And like all of a sudden, he just stands up and goes, "I'm already in." And he walks up and just fucking starts carving up this dude's nice Corvette. Like puts a cat face on it and everything. It's so good. Like Kaylee was so happy when that.
Alan
stuff
Arkin.
came up. Yeah.
anyone? Oh, sorry. You were shutting.
Two things.
Don't
No-
forget that.
Number one, I watched Hunters on Amazon.
I'm not
Oh,
starting yet.
so that's the next series I'm starting.
Okay. Great series. I love the premise. I love the idea. I love the execution.
I just thought it's got 10 in it.
Looking back on it, there are some things that just made for sloppy show making. There was like one scene specifically, probably like episode 5 or 6, that was really climactic, and there's a lot going on in the world, and it's like, it's do or die, and this has to happen right now. And there's like this really violent, action-packed scene on screen, and some very climactic shit happens, and then the scene ends, goes to like 3 days down the line, and it just picks back up. And it's like, but there was
more to go.
more, and
Shit
I
happened in
and
there.
honestly, for like a good like 5 minutes, I was there and I was like, okay, is this like a flashback? Is this no fuck? This is a long ass flashback. We're still going. Oh fuck, no, this isn't a flashback. This is they're just not even going to talk about that. Okay, I guess we're just ignoring that now. So it's a couple things like that that sort of dragged the series down for me. But beyond that, the whole premise of it's like late 70s, early 80s. Nazis are in America hiding out. They've been hiding out since the war.
I mean, they're not hiding anymore.
there's this group of people just going around hunting Nazis, and they're fun.
No,
they're
not
fun.
yet.
They're funded by Al Pacino, who plays an old, grizzly, gruff Jewish man. When he just fucking nails the role, I loved him.
I mean, it basically seems like The Boys, but Nazis instead of superheroes, but like not in a oh shit, this is just completely ripped off of this, just in a sense of two very good shows.
Wow. I did
the
not see
second
that coming.
thing I want to say is it's been a
what
while
she said,
since
'cause
all
her
of
eyes
us
were
have
closed.
been gathered around the table. Corey, what are your thoughts on The Expanse?
Oh yeah, so that's
Oh,
everyone's talked about it. No, that show's amazing.
I have not
Ready
had
to
a
watch
chance
it.
to watch it yet.
So-
we went over to
Yeah.
Adrian's parents' house because every Sunday we
I
go
saw
over
it.
to Adrian's parents' house for
Yeah.
lunch
I believe
or
that.
dinner or whatever have you. And we walk in and we're getting food, and then I hear like TV, and I'm like looking over. I was like, "Oh, this show looks interesting. What's this? Oh, we're watching The Expanse." Well, I'm gonna walk in the other room because I don't want spoilers. And they're like, "Oh no, this is the first episode." I was like, "But you guys are gonna be talking and having conversations, right?" They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, I'll go to the other room." No. I walked into the
Nah, I'm
other
out.
room, and they were like, "Okay, fine." So they turned it off, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I want to give this series a chance, and I haven't had a chance."
You don't
I
have
gotta tell you
to.
about the lady.
Oh no, I do.
No, I mean you don't have to give it a chance. It's that good.
No. I
you
mean,
just
like,
want to pay
I
attention to everything.
want to pay attention to everything because this is a show that definitely deserves it.
So the first season it's clearly setting everything up because it's not the best.
It's slow.
It is.
Set
It
up
is
from the
very, very slow. But it's almost like it's kind of like The Office, right? If you've seen the first or the first season of The Office, it's very meh.
Or
The
like
second season, when everyone was just like, "Here's money," that's The Expanse, exact same. The second season,
or like Parks and Rec, where like even the cast says, "Do not watch season
That's
one.
how The
Right, start
Office
with
is.
season two."
That's how
Right.
The Office.
that's
really?
exactly how The Office.
Because apparently, you're more of an expert on this than I am because I have not watched all of The Office. I've watched very little of it, to be honest.
I've watched all.
But the first season, multiple times. The first season, apparently they were trying to decide, like, do we want to do our own thing or do we want to just kind of rip off the British Office?
And they were
then
ripping
they
off the British
finally
Office
like
a lot.
they finally were like, oh,
Which
we're
is so
gonna
weird
do
because
our
I
own
love
show.
the British Office.
Well, yeah, but
You're
it's
one
not
of
like
the
it's a
few.
bad thing. It's just the fact if you got to think. First of all, you're talking British humor versus American.
Sure.
humor.
Well,
You
which,
and I were
which
raised with British humor with
again,
Monty Python and stuff.
100%.
But it's also the fact it was one of those things where like from what I'm hearing from people talk about it because we were talking about it at work the other day, it just felt like it was trying too hard. Where it was like we're trying very hard to be this because this is beloved, so let's be that. And then after the first season, they were like, "Fuck it, let's just do our own thing." And then
It also
became,
helps that Steve Carell became a movie star overnight.
Oh, fucking not.
So
that's
like
not
that's
true.
what I mean. So literally at the end of the first season, suddenly Steve Carell was a movie star with 4-Year-Old Virgin. I think he had the next what is it?
Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty coming up and everything. So suddenly NBC was just like, let's put a little bit more money into it. And the second season is, I mean, not saying just the second season is good. All of The Office is fantastic, but that's how The Expanse is. So the first
I
season,
disagree.
you don't like The Office?
I don't like after certain things. Never mind. I'm not gonna say
Are
it.
you talking about season 8?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I understand. I do. I understand that sentiment. I just like all of The
It's just
Office.
it's just not that it's bad. It's just not, it's not the same.
Yeah, I know. I do agree. But regardless, so when I was bored after finishing The Expanse, because I finished it and I was like, I gotta go see when the fucking 5th season's coming out. Like right now, I found out on IMDb and everything, the first season got like a 79% out of 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. Season 2, 3, and 4 got 100. And I was just like, that makes so much sense. It's so fucking good.
And it season 1 is slow. It definitely is building the world, setting you up for it. They leave you with a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of season 1
Yeah.
with Leviathan Wakes. And then season 2 is so the cool thing is they end every season with the title of the book that season is
Yeah.
based off of. So
Yeah.
like the first book in the Expanse series is Leviathan Wakes. Episode 10 of season 1, the episode title is Leviathan Wakes. Season 2 is Season
remember.
2 is Caliban's War. Season 3 is Abaddon's Gate, and season 4 is Cibola Burn.
And how many books are there?
Like just a couple months ago, they released like book 9.
Well, so that's the point. This series was so good. I'm gonna go read the books.
Yeah.
Um,
I listened to them as audiobooks when I'm caught up on Critical Role.
As a fun,
I almost finished episode 2.
as a fun note.
Oh, I finished 69.
95 to go.
We gotta talk.
Nice.
No,
Nice.
we gotta talk.
I know we do.
You can't.
And I
You can't, you're too
I also
busy.
just saw a spoiler
69.
that's really pissing
We
me
can
off.
talk in the car after we drop them off, because I assume I'm going to go with you because I'm farther along than their house.
He needs to ride home.
Because I live
He
close.
was
I
already
live close.
saying that he lives closer
I
to
do.
me than he does to you.
I already plan on taking one.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
I was gonna say because we're gonna watch Alien.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Uh,
Yeah,
never
we're
mind.
watching Alien because
So-
we're going to
so
see
it's
Aliens on Saturday.
Well, Yeah. So that's it. But by the way, if anybody wants to
Chopsticks.
go with us, we're going to the Art Craft on Saturday night. We're gonna go see Aliens.
Me and Corey will ride home and we'll talk about these Spencers.
Because
I've never seen the
he's
first
never
one.
seen Alien or Aliens or Alien 3.
Aliens
Or
okay.
Alien
I've
Resurrection.
seen Alien vs Predator, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant.
Okay.
That's it.
First off,
Prometheus isn't an Aliens movie.
yeah, it is,
Yes,
and
it is.
I also I like Prometheus.
I did.
I'm
yeah,
probably one of
I
the
love-
So did I.
So did I.
I love
I love
Alien
Prometheus,
Covenant.
I love
The
Alien.
amount of people after that
hate
movie
Aliens
came out that were
Predator.
like, it's not related, it's not the same
What are
universe.
you
And I'm literally sitting there and I'm like,
It's 100,000% the
And-
same
But
fucking
it's like
thing.
there's
so
a
many-
xenomorph at the end of the movie.
so many people were like,
Spoiler
no,
alert,
it's
by the way.
it's
for
just
Prometheus.
it's
for a 20-year-old movie.
they're like it just looks like it. It's not an actual alien movie. There's no way they would make an alien movie like this. And I'm like, guys, it's a fucking xenomorph. Don't tell me that it's not. And they're like, it just looks like it.
And
It's
then
not.
the sequel to
It's not
the
Xenomorph, it just looks like-
Prometheus, Guess what? There's xenomorphs.
And they just call it Alien again.
Yeah.
Alien Covenant. But no, I enjoyed Prometheus so much that me and Corey were like, "Hey, you want to go see Prometheus again?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a couple hours to kill before work." So we went to Prometheus, and then I went to work after, and I walk in the door, and I was like, "Sorry guys, I'm late." They're like, "Why the fuck were you late?" I was like, "I was seeing Prometheus for my 4th time," and they were like, "Okay, yeah, that was a really good movie."
It is. I thought it was a great
It
movie.
was so
but
fucking
it got
good.
a lot of hate though.
A lot
people
of
really
hate
like
for
it.
some reason. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought
Every
it was good.
second.
I hate it.
James Franco's
Of course you
part of
did.
that movie.
I didn't see it.
Where's that Alien Covenant?
Um,
No, that's
I'm trying to see
Prometheus.
Is it?
That's the opening scene of Prometheus, isn't it?
what
James
When
Franco.
James Franco dies.
is it?
He's
Spoiler.
the captain of the first. of
He's-
the
'cause-
ship.
Oh yeah, shit. You're right.
Because he's the one that
Oh,
comes
shit.
to while his
Huh?
thing's on fire
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
just burns alive.
Burns alive. God.
But
no,
That's all I can do. I haven't seen any of
but
this.
watch the
I gotta
Expanse.
talk to you about what I saw this week.
Please,
I need
Just
to
watch
watch
The
The Expanse.
please.
Yes.
Your toes
but,
the first time.
But no, so yeah, Saturday we're seeing Aliens.
Saturday is Kelly and my anniversary.
I know, that's why I was saying to the collective group, but I'm assuming it's a no for you.
You're invited, but
You have another anniversary?
Besides my yearly birth, yes.
You just had a birthday last year. I made the joke before you got here.
He did.
Do I need to
Thanks,
quote,
man.
Do I need to quote Tangled here? It's the kind of the things with birthdays is they kind of come every year.
But
Lame.
no, the Expanse.
It's Tangled.
phenomenal.
That's not lame.
I
Fuck
was.
you. Love Tangled.
And
Mainly
there
more.
is such a noticeable difference between
Yeah.
season 3 and season 4
Are
when
you caught up
Amazon
completely?
picked it up. There because
I'm,
you can
I'm not saying this. I definitely didn't watch it at work. Definitely didn't download it to my phone and just when people are not around, just
That's how I
Dude,
watched.
that's like I was at work the other day. I had a earpiece in, and I'm like doing my like morning prep and stuff like that.
present for this.
And like I've got Critical Role playing, and then everything's going, and then like I look up and the GM of the hotel walks by. He's like, "Hey, Nick." I was like, "Hey."
Hey, how you doing?
so I'm not gonna say. So I have my AirPods, right? So luckily I put it in my left
He's
ear
cool.
because the door into the office is on my
He
right
played
hand
this.
side. And so I'm like, I kind of sit like this, and then I'm like this, watching the whole time, and I hear something, and I look over, and there's the director, and I'm just like,
See, I'm allowed to wear
Oh.
headphones at work, so
sorry, garbage.
But like, and you can attest to this. Seasons 1 through 3, they do the space scenes very well, but there's
What is
Even
There's
the
a-
combat was done pretty well.
there's
What
a
is
lot
this?
of there's a lot of forced
Oh.
perspective when it comes to like the combat and the
Yeah.
space CGI that you can tell that they wanted to reduce their CGI budget.
They had
So they had to. They were a cable show.
it was Sci-Fi Channel.
But then you go to season 4 when Amazon picks it up, and
Looks
now
like
there's
it's for
there's
nerds.
scenes.
Just throwing fucking money,
There's
dude.
scenes
So
of
what
like
you're telling me is
the
you've already seen all
Rocinante, the
four
ship,
seasons.
like just floating in orbit over
I'm
the
never eating
planet, and what would normally have been a shot of just the ship out with a generic space background is now an image of the ship over the planet,
and
and
the
you can
planet,
see like
you can see like the clouds,
the
like
moving and rotating, and then you'll see like pulses of things on the planet, and you can just there's such a noticeable increase and change in the budget for
fun
it.
little thing though that I realized. So because I do this with a lot of shows I really enjoy, is I'll go and look at the cast afterward on IMDb, see all the stuff they've been in. So the main guy, even though it's a group, right? The guy who plays Jim
Holden.
Holden, thank you. Do you know what else he's been in?
Pacific Rim.
No, actually I don't think so.
I think maybe.
Has anyone seen Sky High?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
I actually used to love that movie.
You know who he is in Sky High?
No.
He's the emo fire kid.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I fucking
What?
died. So like you have this gruff, he's got like a beard and like 5 o'clock shadow on the show, and he's doing all this. He's in space. He's a goddamn captain. And I go look him up, and here's fucking emo, like over half eye with fire in one hand. I just started dying.
His name's Warren Peace.
Yes, yes, dude. Oh my god. When I realized, I was like, "There's no way. It is the same guy." Oh my god. I love Sky High. I thought it was a great movie.
And then who is it that plays Miller?
Oh, he's still
Um,
in
Thomas
Magic
Jane.
City.
Thomas Jane
Who's, you know,
kills it as Miller.
Punisher.
Thomas Jane.
OG, good Punisher.
Yes.
Thomas the
yes.
Tank Engine.
No.
Kills
Thomas
it.
Jane. Thomas Jane is an amazing fucking actor.
I would say first season Thomas Jane is a little meh. I was least interested in his character the absolute most.
Chad Coleman's in it.
Season 2, that changes completely.
Yeah. And then season 3 and 4, he just becomes exponentially better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Chad Coleman's in it.
Who?
He plays Colonel.
Sanders.
You just
Oh,
got it.
he's
Fred
Fred Ferguson.
Huh?
Fred Ferguson.
Oh yeah, no,
The-
Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson. Yeah.
He's Tyrese in Walking
Yeah.
Dead. But
Hold on.
but-
Is that the character name?
What, Fred Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to be the expert on this show? And he had to correct you on a name?
Yeah, that's fine.
It happens.
I also did just finish it. And
I know I'm just fucking.
Last time I watched
Well,
it was July.
So, on Walking Dead how he's got the spiky hair?
Yeah,
all over the place. I think it's
Like,
season
2 hours of
3 when you
sleep.
see him, he has the spiky hair. And I was like, wait a minute. And I had to look
Well-
at it. I was like, oh yeah, it's Tyrese.
Dude.
Ah.
But I know him from fucking what's the
Left 4 Dead 2?
Left 4 Dead 2
Because
is
he's the
Coach.
voice of Coach.
Joe Orville.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
Jesus.
Clyden. Yes, he's so fucking good in the Orville.
He's a good actor.
I
in the
love
show,
Clyden.
Clyden is probably
Clyden's
my
actually a
favorite
piece of
character in that
shit,
series.
but-
Huh?
Actually, he's kind of a piece of shit. but-
Clyden?
Yeah.
Seen that one.
Now that you say
Because
it,
Clyden's the boyfriend. But
now that you talk about how the 4th season they gave more money, I
Yeah,
think about all the extra
wait.
effects on the railguns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he
Borden
has
makes so much
right.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And then
Bortus is the
That's right. That's right.
guy.
Clyden, yeah,
Clyden's
yeah,
his
yeah,
boyfriend,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
I like.
I like
but
Clyden.
he
Borden
does
is my favorite.
He does some
Bortus
sketchy
is my
shit
favorite.
that I don't like.
Ultimately, watch The Expanse and then buy a ship on Star Citizen, because I will not say that I haven't been wanting to play the shit out of that, because I have been. Tyler almost caught me.
What?
We were over ArcCorp, which is the city planet Coruscant like,
I was telling you about this.
and he was flying his ship, and I went to go
Oh,
look.
caught you. Yes. Now I got it.
Like, if you look out the canopy on the front end, you can see all the light and like the horizon, how the sun was like going down. If you go and you open the back like ramp, it's all darkness, so it was a cool like concept between light and dark, and it was just a cool. We just happened to be in the perfect spot, and I walked too far, and my guy went, and I just started falling. We're like 4,000 meters in the sky.
We were farther than that. We were up there because it took you a good like 4 or 5 minutes to hit the ground.
Right. So I'm falling, and he can't see. It glitched. He couldn't see my name above my head, but I could see him. And so he's coming down, and he kept fucking like circling the goddamn drain around me the whole time. I kept going, turn left, turn left. And I was like, you're banking left. Turn, motherfucker. There's no atmosphere. Just turn left. And so finally he turns, and at one point he came right here, and I was like, you're perfect. And he goes, so finally he goes, I look to my right, and he comes real close. He's like, 50 to 60 meters away. I was like, you're so close. Just edge over. And he just stops. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, look below you. And I look down. There's a building right under him. And I look down. Oh, the ground.
But yeah, it was him yelling at me over the microphone. He's like, no, left side, left. Fuck, you went too far. Circle around. Okay, you're almost left. Okay, and you overshot it. Turn it around again.
So we're gonna do a thing now that's gonna be stunts in Star Citizen, because technically the way physics
Stunt citizen.
physics is supposed to work in this game. So if he slowly goes around the same speed I'm falling, if just not a little slower, I should be able to just gently land in the cargo bay. Should is the key word. It'll be like,
It's the predominant word of that.
it'll be like a barn swallow, but I just want to see what will happen.
We need
while
to
I
find.
swallow.
We need to find a way to see if we
Huh?
can put you as a person into orbit.
What do you mean?
Get you going fast enough to where you can sail around the planet, perpetual falling without ever hitting the ground.
I don't think.
I would.
I don't think so.
You'd have to
Because
be in the or on the ship.
They don't have Newtonian physics when you're as a person. You immediately are stabilized.
Say, I want to put a person into orbit.
What?
I just want to tell you something I thought was really funny that I just read on Facebook.
Okay.
So, HBO Max
Yes.
is coming out.
It's maximum.
It's gonna have the complete back catalog of Studio Ghibli movies.
Yes.
I don't know how much you know about Hayao Miyazaki, but he's always said that he will never sell.
Very,
his...
very anti-digital.
Yes.
100%
Do you
anti-digital.
know how they got him to do this?
Heine?
Huh?
Okay.
Hayao Miyazaki.
I'm not the Heine.
Sure.
Off to work we go.
They went and talked to him.
Hi
and
ho,
were like,
hi ho.
hey,
Damn it.
so this is a man that has never. No, I can't say never. He's done it like twice. He's used a computer like twice in his life and doesn't own a phone.
Yes.
They went to him and said, we're going to sell the streaming rights to this company in the United States. And he said, I don't know what that means. And they were like, so people could stream the movie. And he was like, I don't know what that means. And they were like, like Netflix? And he's like, what the hell is Netflix? And they were like, we're going to get a lot of money. And he was like, oh, okay. Does that fund my next movie? And they were like, yes, it does. Sign right here. And he was like, oh, okay. So then he literally.
Why is he so against technology?
He's an old man.
His
So
whole thing is films are meant to be shown in a theater, so he wants his art shown the way it's meant to be shown.
Gotcha.
Like
His
he
thing
doesn't
is he
like
also
home
doesn't-
media.
he doesn't believe that a film, at least his works, he said, I don't think my film should be something that should be watched a million times. I feel like I made a film to make a point. I want people to see it, feel a certain way, and then take that into their life.
Before
it's
they
not
can
meant to
break
just
it
be-
apart type of thing.
Yeah, it's not meant to be watched 40 times. You're ruining.
But
the
his
art
stuff
at that
is so
point.
fucking good, you can't help but
Yeah.
constantly watch it. It's
But and then he also they talked to me
Everybody
too,
here has at least seen one Hayao Miyazaki movie, right?
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites.
You're the only one I'm not positive on. Hayao Miyazaki did
Examples.
Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke.
Castle in the
Which one is the
Castle
one
in
where
the
her
Sky.
parents turn into pigs?
That's Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Fucking did not like that movie.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry, man.
You're the only. Oh my god. Okay, I can't do this. Okay, hold on.
It was
hold on.
like 6 times on Adult Swim. They've tried to show that movie, and I've probably seen 6 different parts, and each part I'm just like,
Nah.
I don't get what is he
Spirited
talking
Away is
about.
really good. Princess Mononoke, as of right now, is probably my favorite. Only
So
because
how does he
I've
not
never-
use
I've never
technology?
seen- I've never
Does he
seen
do the
Asuka
classic,
or
like,
Castle.
His
drawing?
films are still done by hand.
damn.
Yes.
This is also a man. Understand Japan is very different culturally than us.
Sure.
They released a movie. They went through, and he is very much like, no one's allowed in my studio. Like, I don't want cameras or
Sure.
we are our thing. We do our thing. We put it out.
Yeah.
Whatever. He allowed one guy to go in and make a documentary behind the scenes of him making a movie. And in the behind the scenes, a woman walked up. They were making, I think it was Tales of Earthsea. They were working on.
Oh,
But anyway,
yeah.
a woman walked up and was like, I've got the new, the storyboards, because he was not supposed to be doing the storyboards. His son was supposed to be doing the storyboards. And she was like, well, I was helping him with it, and here's the storyboards. And he looks at him, he literally just goes, he's flipping through. And he goes, so, this is your best work? And she goes, yes, sir, I worked really hard. And he goes, oh, yeah, you can find a new job then. And just throws it in the trash. And she starts crying, and he's like, if that's your best work, you're pathetic, and get out of my studio. And I was just like,
Jesus.
dude,
So he's also a prick.
yeah, but again, in Japan, it's very you are meant to be a perfectionist, and if you don't turn in your best work, you clearly don't care about it.
Yeah.
It's not oh, you tried your best, good try, we'll work harder. No, But then he also they went through and there was a company that was trying to help him use a computer to make a film because he wanted to make it, but the film he wanted to make, he said it was impossible to do by hand. So he was like, I'm going to try this CGI everyone's talking about. Let's see what this is all about. So they put him in a course, and he was learning how to use it. And the company that was the teachers that were teaching him were like, we want to show you something that we designed. We thought it was really cool. And it almost looks like a monster out of like a Resident Evil, Silent Hill kind of a game. It's really creepy and just monstrous thing. And it's moving, and they were all excited. They were like, we built this. They were like, we didn't design this. The computer built this. Like, we gave it an algorithm, and it created this creature. And we thought that was really cool. And he just was staring at it, and these people were like, this is where our life's work. We've sunk 20 years into this technology. This is what we've come up with. And he was just looking at it, and then he was just like, so that's what you call good? And they were just like, what? And he was just like, yeah, like this is like it wouldn't move that way. This is wrong. This is wrong. That's wrong. This is wrong. And they were like, well, it's just a concept. He was like, well, your concept is shit. And like he just stands up and walks out, and like these grown men are just crying because he was like a hero, and he's just like, they're fucking worthless. Like I don't need them. And it was just like, oh my god.
But with that being said,
Oh,
that man can make a damn good movie.
yeah. He also apparently like tried to disown his son for making Tales from Earthsea because he kept telling. I know. But he kept telling his son, he was like, you're not ready yet. Like, you shouldn't be a director. And then he directed a movie, and he was just like, that's pathetic. It was awful. I was just like, damn, dude.
You sound like the fucking Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino.
That is such a good movie, but there's one scene of that film that has the worst acting I've ever seen in a movie, and I showed it to my theater teacher, who was my acting coach, and she was like, this is fantastic acting. If you don't think this is good, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. I can't teach you anything.
What?
It was. Have you seen it recently?
No.
There's a point in the movie where he locks the kid in the basement because he's like, hey, I'm gonna go and fight these guys. I don't want you to be a part of it.
End.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the kid starts banging on the door and goes, hey, let me out! Let me out! Let me out! And my teacher was like, oh, it was really good acting. And I was
Turned
like,
into Richard Nixon?
That's what I was
yeah, but that's what he does. I am not a crook. Charleston Chew.
That was pretty good.
I still love the fact, I need to tell that story before we leave. We but saw Billy West at a panel, and he was talking about how he did the voice of, someone asked, how'd you pick all the voices that you did? And he was like, on Futurama, it was a lot of, everyone would sit around and be like, well, I want to try this voice. So someone would try it, and they'd be like, that's good, or, it's not good, let's try someone else. And he said when he saw that Nixon was going to be in it, he was like, I have to do Nixon. And they were like, well, why is that? And he was like, well, back in the fucking, when was Vietnam?
70s.
He was like, in the 70s, that fucker drafted me to go to Vietnam. So I want to get revenge on him now. So the whole character of Nixon is his way of saying, fuck you, I win, I'm still alive, and I get to make fun of you to this day.
Speaking of Futurama, Kelly's been watching a bunch of Married with Children.
Yeah.
And granted, I will sit down like when we're eating
Married
dinner,
with
and I will
Children's
watch it. Well, like I never really cared for it, but now that I'm older, there are certain things I'm just like, God, that's so funny. I get a little irritated sometimes because it's like
some of the shit that Al gets away with at the shoe store.
Well, but it's not even that. It's they portray them as like outrageously mega poor, without any explanation, and it bothers me because it's like even she was just like, how do they afford that house? How do they afford anything besides the fact that Peg never like makes food or anything like that. So whenever they eat, like they're all ravenous, fucking eating everything. It's just,
I still love that episode of Futurama. There's an episode where have you seen most of Futurama?
Yeah.
She meets the Cyclops, the other Cyclops. That's okay. He ends up basically becoming Al, and he's like sitting on the couch, and he's like, go make me a pot roast and shit, and like just ordering around.
And doesn't she walk in like looking like Peg and everything?
Wearing,
Also, quick question: gaming podcast.
We haven't.
Do not let me forget before you leave. I need to talk to you about D&D.
IMDb currently has a poll going up.
What does IMDb?
Yes.
What does that have to do with video games?
Most anticipated video game of 2020.
The Internet Movie Database.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Let's talk about.
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2.
Animal Crossing.
It's not Joe's most anticipated game of 2020.
Oh.
I'm
really
saying, what
do
is
believe-
your personal?
Oh my! I thought you were
we
saying.
were guessing.
Yeah, I thought
No.
we were guessing
And I
too.
literally was gonna say I feel like Animal Crossing would be up there. I'm sorry, there's a big
Probably,
audience for it.
probably Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Wait, you're saying it is personal?
your
Yeah.
personal. What do you vote?
We're not asking guessing a poll. He's asking.
I
you.
thought he was guessing the poll.
I did
Oh.
too, but he's just asking you. Shannon, what's
Last of Us 2.
The answer doesn't
Your
change.
answer doesn't change. So, Joe, you're still sticking with Animal Crossing? Okay. Number 1 as of right now is Cyberpunk 2077.
That makes sense.
Number 2 is Last of Us Part 2. 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'm not even-
7,
I didn't even
8,
place.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You can just say last.
18 is Animal Crossing
Ooh.
out of 25.
Resident Evil 3 remake is probably 4th. 3rd is probably Final Fantasy 7 remake.
3rd is Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's so great about this game? I keep hearing people
It's
talk
like
about it.
Just
it's
look fantastic.
feudal
It's-
Japan,
it's-
but not weird, but actually
It's-
like more
it's-
realistic.
It's feudal Japan meets almost, I want to say, Dark Souls.
it's
meets
got the
Assassin's Creed.
it's got the Dark
So
Souls
wait,
gameplay.
So hold on. So,
So it's
just to
basically
make it
what's it called, isn't it?
easy, it's
Sekiro
Sekiro.
meets Assassin's
No,
Creed.
I was gonna say feudal Japan mixed with Kingdom Come.
Deliverance.
Yeah,
I can kind of see that.
because Kingdom Come Deliverance is all about you start as a squire and become a knight.
I just remember them showing off Ghost of Tsushima that E3 that we went to the movie theater. We went and saw one E3 in theater, where it was Sony's
That
press
was-
conference.
yeah.
And
Is this
obviously that's when they
is
showed
this
it
the
off.
sequel to that one game that came
Nope.
out? that
New
was-
IP.
It's not a sequel to any brand new IP.
What is the?
Sekiro.
Neo 2.
Sekiro.
Is it
Yeah,
Sekiro?
Sekiro Shadows Die.
Are you talking about
With-
Neo
with
2?
like with like the ape,
Tuesday.
like the giant white ape and like the huge snake and stuff like that. Very Dark Souls esque game.
That's Sekiro.
Is it Sekiro?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the big bosses in that game.
Yeah, that's Sekiro.
What's the difference? I'll be honest, I thought it was the same
So
game.
no, well, Sucker Punch, who makes Infamous, is making
making
this.
Oh, okay.
But it's also it's more realistic. It's not like crazy huge creatures and stuff like that. It's
Sure.
like
It's
like
that same
1 versus 1, like honorable samurai combat.
So
and
literally
stuff like
Kingdom Come Deliverance style.
I haven't
At
played that,
times,
so I'm
so-
not
but there's also,
familiar
like,
with it.
Later in the you see some like more like sneaking around like Assassin's Creed stuff at times. But
So Cyberpunk, Last of Us. 3rd was Ghost of Tsushima. 4th, Marvel's Avengers.
I am. Hold on. This is my only thing with that game. I am really excited for it. I'm excited for the promise of it. I'm excited for the fact that he liked it. With that said, when I see the gameplay, it really just reminds me of like an old like 360 style game. Like graphically not, but like gameplay mechanics, it just seems like
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum.
And-
Or,
It's like-
or Infamous or something.
Yeah, and it's like
Style,
I've
yeah.
seen like for being
Honestly-
the Avengers.
honestly,
game,
for me,
like, I'm just like, hey, I want better
when I see gameplay,
the story
reminds me of
looks
Spider-Man.
it reminds me of Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, but
Again,
which,
no
in my
offense, but
opinion,
okay,
was
so Arkham
the best
Asylum
game of
or
that year.
Infamous or
But
Right.
the thing that gets me is like, so I saw gameplay of a guy as Thor, and he threw his hammer at a dude like 6 times and it didn't kill him, and I'm like,
not even just that, but my thing is, it's like, okay, fight. Here's a bridge. You just have to keep running down the bridge. You can't. It doesn't seem to be open world or like you can move around. It's just like okay,
Linear.
it's,
But you're
it's very
also
much like
seeing,
Ultimate Alliance.
But
And again,
here's-
like
Which
I
isn't
know
a
I'm
bad
not
thing.
seeing much.
Right.
Correct. Again,
right.
I'm just saying like
I will also say,
I'm wanting this big epic.
it's
you know,
reminding
explore
me
New
of-
York, explore
like
like
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Look
at the
Yeah,
list.
it's just-
okay, here's
But
here-
you
here's
played it, so you would know more.
So, from what I have seen, it looks more like Spider-Man, where you're probably
finish.
right. But what I'm saying is, very, very open world game. Then you start a mission, and the mission is very linear, and then you go back to the open world. Like that's what it seems like to me.
Is that how Spider-Man is?
Yes,
Oh.
100%.
I have a question.
What?
On your little list, which one is becoming a trade game?
Not on here.
Why? I wonder why, Nick.
I still think this game sounds cool.
Anyway, next, Doom Eternal.
I don't know why I'm not excited for that game. It's
Then-
not that I'm not excited. Like I know it's gonna be good, but I'm just like, yeah, I'll pick it up eventually.
After that was the Final Fantasy VII remake,
Yeah, I'll
then
get it.
Resident Evil 3. Next, Dying Light 2.
That
Again.
game does look pretty good.
I'm sorry, it looked good 5 years ago.
Oh no,
Never
some of
really
the oh, okay.
No,
that's
I'm just
fair.
saying like
That's
it's,
fair, yeah,
it's
that's-
like
where's Watch Dogs Legion?
We're getting there. Diablo 4.
yeah, that doesn't count.
Legion?
Yeah,
Why?
because read the question.
Most anticipated game in 2020?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
When does Legion come out?
Oh shit, we're in 2020. What?
How did it feel? Everyone's staring at you. How did it feel with everyone staring at you, super confused?
Most anticipated game of last year, Joe.
No, when I... hold on.
Everyone's sitting
No,
here staring
hold on,
like,
hold on.
did he have an aneurysm? What
Hold
just
on.
happened?
I told you to stroke it out earlier. I said it on the couch.
Hold on. That game was announced in what, July of 2019?
Yeah.
2018.
No, it was 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just
It was
announced, like,
E3.
5 months ago.
Okay.
Well, longer than that, but E3.
Almost
But my
a,
point
almost
is-
a year ago.
But I was just like, oh, hey, that game's coming out next year. I forgot it's next year.
Yeah.
Because that's how time works.
It's funny because all of us are just staring at you like,
Well, I was like,
are
that
you
doesn't- I was like,
okay?
that doesn't come out until summer. I was like,
Which is like right around the corner.
But no.
please continue and just edit this out.
Diablo 4.
Cannot
Eh.
wait.
That's
I'm sorry, I am excited
Now
for that.
I wish I'm gonna come up with my own list because I keep forgetting about this. But I really hope it comes out this year. But
Half-Life Alex.
I don't know.
I
I don't have a
I don't
VR.
have I don't
Halo
do
Infinite.
VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Cannot wait for that.
Now we get to the game where I'm like, this is really this high on the list. Predator Hunting Grounds.
Damn straight.
I have actually seen gameplay. It does look pretty interesting.
Does look
I
pretty
just-
interesting.
I just want to know
Not sure why it's this high on the
where's
list.
Just Dance 2021. Or
Uh,
2020?
Watch Dogs Legion.
What year are we in?
I want to play Watch Dogs Legion.
Medal of Honor Above and Beyond.
Yeah.
Lego
Not-
Star Wars.
Not,
The
not
Skywalker
gonna
Saga.
lie. Time the fuck out. They're making another Medal of Honor game.
Hey, why are they even fucking with that at this point? Well, hold on.
Medal of Honor
When-
Above and Beyond.
when was that announced?
My question.
I don't know.
It's
I
just
didn't
a
even
big
know they were
mess.
making a.
Back in 2014.
Is it April 1st?
Medal
Wouldn't it be funny if it was announced today, like 4 hours ago?
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
Medal
I
of
keep
Honor
kicking
Above
it
and
forward.
Beyond is an upcoming first-person shooter virtual reality
Oh, I know what it is.
VR game developed by Respawn.
Oh,
Yeah, but
interesting.
it's Medal of Honor.
Hey,
They're
Medal of
going
Honor
to
games were good at one point.
Respawn
It was not
the IP.
originally planned to be a VR game, but the developers
Respawn the IP.
pivoted to an
I heard
Oculus
that.
Rift after meeting and discussing
Hey.
the game with Facebook
Another-
executives.
Like I watched somebody play through all of the Walking Dead VR game, and that like VR needs more AAA games
It
because
does.
that Walking
100%.
Dead game was amazing.
I just
Here's my
realized
thing
why
with VR.
Corey doesn't give a fuck about E3 being canceled.
Why?
Because we're not going to have another 5-hour podcast
Oh,
when they talk
dude.
about trees.
Fucking so good.
I
So
thought,
it's like
man,
I get to
I thought
stay
you were.
over-
I thought you were gonna get up and like T-ball it or something.
on the reverse, we will never have another situation if it's canceled forever of exactly Nick going, oh,
This one you're really excited for.
play a tree.
It's been, that was in July, and that is still the funniest moment that I think I've ever seen of
I-
anything.
man,
You were
I was
still
watching it.
at
I
home.
was watching it, and I could see the anger in Corey's face, and I was
He
like,
felt so betrayed.
"He's
I
about to
could
flip
feel
that
it.
fucking table."
Hold on.
You
hold
were
on.
so
but
sincere.
But listen, you're gonna like this. You planted a tree. You literally, I was looking at Nick and I was like, because I had heard about this game. I was like, I think it looks cool. In my head, I was like, no one at this table is gonna even fuck about this game. This is a Joe kind of a game. And then he's like, hold on, Corey, you're gonna love this. And he goes, you play as a tree. And I looked up and Corey just goes. His mouth dropped. He just looked like, are you fucking kidding me? Why would I play this?
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
I'm excited for that. I really am.
Hold on. Dead Island 2.
Again, is that ever coming out?
I don't know.
I didn't even know.
Just because it's never coming out doesn't mean I'm still hyped for Star Citizen. It's goddamn been 8 years.
Difference. They've at least continuously been releasing updates.
Yeah.
We have a trailer from 6 years ago of a guy jogging.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Fair enough. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Also, real quick, do you think they'll ever be able to top Hootie Voodoo Bitch?
No.
No.
Yeah.
100%.
I still, to this day, think that is one of the best in-game
Out-
songs. That
yeah.
and then
I was going to say, outside
Like
of the
Bone
Doom soundtrack, one of my favorite soundtracks.
Voodoo, voodoo. Bitch.
I just remember laughing so hard, and I was like, "What the fuck does that even mean?" And the whole game
It goes
just
from-
like keep
It
forgetting.
goes from that
like,
touching
okay.
trailer to Hootie Voodoo Bitch. It lost me a little.
I'm sorry, that trailer.
Oh, no,
though,
it
that
didn't lose me
trailer
at all.
was
That just
fantastic.
drug me in.
Uh,
Because
Well, they do-
a catchy
They
fucking
do
song.
drug you in.
It's
That's true.
But I agreed with Corey on that, where I was just like, wow, what an insanely good trailer. And then I'm like, I was playing it, and I was like, what happened?
it's like a super legit like Last of Us 2 trailer turning into Duke Nukem. Just
I need
super
to just
weird.
play Last of Us, don't I? I need to
do
sit down and
it.
do it. I know.
I would bet you will cry at the end.
I've played it 3 times.
Yeah.
I have only ever played the opening to when Joel's daughter dies. Spoilers for the first 2 minutes of the game. That's as far as I've ever made it, and I've played it 3 times.
I mean, it's a good moment.
It is. It was brilliant. But the problem is, about the 4th time I'm playing it, it just really doesn't have the same
I
impact.
never played the game,
I just ruined the opening.
Did you
Deal
say
with
you
it.
watched Morgan play it or something?
but I watched Morgan play through
Oh,
the
you
entirety
did.
of it. So
I mean, that technically counts. That's how Nick counts him beating Mass Effect 2.
One of the best Mass Effects.
That was almost a Silent
best.
Bob.
I was about to say the
Head
best
nod.
Mass Effect.
The best Mass Effect.
No, Andromeda by
One
far.
was
I'm
the-
sorry. I like 3.
Get out. I will fucking elbow drop you.
Just
Get
throw
out.
them out the window.
I've played the.
Yeah, but 3 had the best
Andromeda?
multiplayer.
Of,
I said, yeah, but 3 had the best multiplayer.
I'm gonna argue that because I played the multiplayer with Andromeda with Skylar once when I got it for my birthday. What, last year, or the year before?
2
whatever.
years, 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
I played the multiplayer once, and I was like,
16,
man, that was
17.
fun. Haven't turned it on since.
Yeah.
Now we hit Animal Crossing.
Hey, but Isabel's in it.
Skull and Bones. Iron Man
I'm sorry.
VR.
Skull and Bones I'm excited for. Sorry. Let me stop. The only... Sorry.
No, we need to play Sea of Thieves.
Oh.
100%.
That's my
100%.
only thing. I like the idea of Skull and
Yeah.
Bones because I loved the
Huh?
naval combat.
I played it not too long ago. The fire
Which
is
one?
very underwhelming in my opinion.
I
Which
like
one?
it.
What are we talking about? Hold on.
Sea Thieves.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought it was super underwhelming. I threw,
Hold on, though. Did you play with friends?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I
threw
was gonna say, I played
6 or
solo and I
7
hated it.
fire bombs on my own ship just to see how long it would take.
Oh, you're talking about just the fire part.
Yeah,
You're not talking about the game is
No,
for.
the
okay.
fire. The,
I thought
so
you meant
they
the
added
game
fire,
was-
right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I
Yes,
thought-
I'm very
Oh,
aware
shit.
of this.
I just realized Dakota's in chat.
Hi,
Joe,
Dakota.
Joe, you playing Last of Us is like Dakota playing Skyrim. Always played the beginning of Skyrim, but never actually got past any of it.
So this is what I hate to admit to this table right now, live on camera.
You've never.
I've beat the Dark Brotherhood 3 times on Skyrim. I've never beaten that game.
I still.
Oh.
I can't get
Ask
back
me
to
how
it.
many Bethesda games I beat. Bethesda's my favorite studio. You know that. Ask me how many Bethesda games I've beaten.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe 2 because I'm gonna give you New
Fallout
Vegas.
3? New Vegas was Obsidian. So
Oh yeah, that's
technically,
true.
no,
That's true.
I
That's
beat
true.
Fallout 3.
Yes.
Okay, well, 3.
Is
I
New
knew 3.
Vegas, How much do you like New Vegas comparatively?
Comparatively, I hate to say this, I did not like it.
So it's funny you say that because I thought that was the norm. I thought a lot of people didn't. I thought apparently New Vegas added a lot of different avenues that was really cool, and then Bethesda took a lot of those avenues back out.
Yeah.
Apparently, New Vegas is considered as one of the best New
Yes.
Vegas games
Or
Fallout
Fallout
games?
games.
or Fallout games.
New
Well,
Vegas
it's
was
one
the best
for
game
one,
out here.
so
Yeah. But no, like literally, is apparently considered one of the best Fallout games, and that fucking blew my mind.
I
It
know.
wasn't overwhelming.
My
either.
problem with the game, I thought what I loved about Fallout 3, to me, again, understand, again, I've talked to you about this. I played Morrowind and I loved it. As a kid growing up, I played a little bit of Oblivion over at a friend's house. We didn't have a 360, so I didn't.
Cousin's house.
Well, I played at
with Marcus
Cody's
and
house.
Oh,
I'll say I
okay.
played with Marcus and Josh as well. That's right.
Okay.
But I used to play with Cody as well. But then Fallout was the first like open world RPG that I played like beginning to end. I beat it. I thought it was revolutionary. It blew my mind. I thought it was incredible. I loved the story. I loved the characters. I loved so much about that game. I got Fallout New Vegas, was excited for it, and I started playing it, and I was like, oh, okay, it seems to be more of the same thing, which I like.
And you
And I
got
was
shot in the
playing-
head.
Not just that, but it was just the fact of like the whole game is basically, very mild spoilers, but the mechanic of the game is okay, here's 7 factions. We're going to teach you each faction and what they stand for. Now, pick a faction and go kill the other 6 factions. That's the whole game.
Well,
And I was
but-
like, oh,
So
okay.
I saw a hilarious meme that talks about all the different Fallout games. Is find this person. Find
I
this
saw the
person,
same.
Find this person.
Get
find
shot in
this
the
person.
head.
Who shot me?
Yeah.
Like, way different. But
Did you know why,
I'm
though?
really-
Do you know
no,
why?
I never got that far in the game.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
Do you know why the game is the way it is?
Why?
Obsidian was making a post-apocalyptic game involving Vegas, and Bethesda was like, shit, people really like Fallout 3, so why don't we just slap the Fallout name on it? They changed it to a Fallout game 2 months before it came out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or no, 2 months before it was announced, I mean.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah. But it was literally like, hey, we're about to unveil this game. They were like, why don't we make it a Fallout game? And they were like, no, we kind of already did our game. Like, this is our game. And they were like, no, let's make it Fallout. So they changed it, which is why there's so many different mechanics where, like, you have to eat, you have to drink, you have. I think that's hardcore mode.
Yeah.
But you have to do
But,
all
like,
of this stuff that was not in Fallout.
One thing
before.
that I don't understand. So most
More
of
sense.
Fallout all takes place around the same time, right?
No.
Are
Oh,
they all vastly
It's been
different?
about 80 years.
So Fallout
I know
4
Fallout 77.
Fallout 4 is like 200 and some odd years after the bombs fell. Fallout 76 is like 30 years after the bombs fell.
I don't consider 76. I will give you that.
Fallout 3 I believe is only like 70 or 80 years after the bombs fell. Like
Hold
there's
up.
a fairly large Fallout 4 is considered the farthest from the time the bombs fell. That's why when you're in the world there is vegetation, there is wildlife, because there has been so much time since the bombs fell that the radiation
I was
is
gonna
lesser
say,
and life is coming back.
I always thought it would have been cool in other Fallout games, because I always thought they were all real close to each other, is to actually meet the protagonists from the other Fallout games.
Yeah. But they're in different parts of the country. That's the thing.
So
Well, yeah. But
that's one thing that I will say though.
how far is Washington from Boston?
Fallout 3 and Fallout
Washington
4,
from Boston? Like 8 hours.
Is it that far?
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 take place 19 years between each other. Because there's characters from
Fallout
Fallout 3 that's
3
in Fallout 4.
Okay.
Because there are characters from Fallout 3
Right.
that you can actually talk to. There is a scientist who talks, or I don't even think it's 19. I think it's like 10 years. But there's a scientist who you talk to, and she's like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm headed out for the Commonwealth, and I'm gonna try and make a new life.
Oh,
And
it is
in
like 6
Fallout
hours.
4, you can run into her, and she's actually like, yeah, this is my lab. She was like, I
Boston,
used to know.
Boston to New York is like 3.5. Because I used to make that ride from Boston to New York all the time.
Anyway, sorry, I'm just gonna like quick fire these. Then Neo 2, Minecraft Dungeons, Zombie Army 4, Dead War, Gods and Monsters, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Psychonauts.
I am excited for
So
Ori and
real
the Will
quick,
of the
I'm
Wisps.
not trying to be a smartass here, but I was exactly right actually. Between Fallout 1 and Fallout New Vegas, which is Fallout 1, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 2, Fallout 3, and New Vegas in order, is 80 years exactly, which is exactly what I said.
And then what's Fallout 4?
That's what I'm saying. This was before Fallout 4.
Yeah. And
So,
then,
but what I'm saying is, so
Fallout-
Fallout 4 would have been 9 years later, so that's 89 years between 1 and 4.
Okay.
Now again, 76, totally off because that's literally like 3 years after the bombs fell, or like 5 years after the bombs fell, or something.
How is that even possible to live?
Quick question.
How would
No.
people have even become
hand-wavy
ghouls?
magic.
So here's the entire reason we got on this topic of this poll.
Oh yeah. So New Vegas is 80.
Poll.
Sorry. Fallout 3 is 77.
Best deadly
87, so
fictional
10 years for
disease.
Fallout 3, and then wait, what?
Coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, look.
Best deadly fictional
210 years
disease.
after the bombs
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
what I'm
I've
saying.
seen this
So what I mean is then
article.
Fallout 76 would be about 200 years
Um,
before these. So you
yeah.
are right on
This is
that.
on IMDb, so.
Best.
Deadly fictional disease. Which of the following diseases seen in either television,
According
video
to
games,
our
or
government,
film
coronavirus.
would you say is the worst of the worst? Discuss here.
Worse than the worst is then it kills you. Worse than the worst is like it's the best. Like,
What's
because
that?
I would say like infamous if you're thinking about it. 'Cause technically, infamous is a disease that then turns the person into a super thing.
It specifically says deadly. So
Deadly. So like what's the virus from Resident Evil?
T virus is on here.
T-virus, right?
T virus is on here.
It's not a virus in Last of Us. It's technically
Yeah, yeah.
it's a parasite,
Is it? No, it's cordyceps. It's a fungus.
It's a
right?
fungus.
Which is a
But again,
parasite.
it's
guys.
not
No.
it's not a virus. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's not on there. I would know it had to be T virus. Is there any other major viruses?
Technically.
McAfee.
Cordyceps brain infection is listed.
Really? It's
Yeah.
not a virus.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also got some different syndromes and stuff like that too. but yeah.
Prototype on there?
Prototype is what I meant, not infamous. Thank you.
Prototype the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that virus was.
Yeah, they turned Alex Mercer into. I remember the guy's name. But not the
Prototype is
fucking
not on
game.
here.
What's wrong with me?
Prototype is not on
It's
here.
not Roy D. Mercer.
Roy Day Mercer.
So can we be clear? Coronavirus is in Plague Inc. So technically,
No, coronavirus is not listed on here.
I was gonna say give it to Corey.
See,
It's just a hoax.
I forgot about that. Did you hear about that?
my
They
go
actually banned Plague Inc. in China because of that.
Yes, I do, yeah.
my go-to in my head when I heard like best deadly virus, my first thought was rage. from 28 Days Later.
Really? Oh, okay. You're talking movie.
Oh
okay.
wait, we're talking movies or video games?
Both.
Movies, video games, TV shows. Like,
Oh.
I
That's
thought
what
it
I
was just
said.
video
All I
games.
can
which of the following
Yes,
diseases seen in either
You did say it,
television,
yeah.
video games, or film would you say is the worst of the worst?
I like the Rage virus. I thought it was super cool. T virus kind of envelops the best of all worlds. I feel like the answer is gonna be T virus. However, there's also the virus from the movie Contagion because I rewatched that not long ago and that shit was rough.
I don't know if I remember that movie.
It's got Matt Damon. It's got Matt Damon who his
MEV1.
MEV1. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Which is
I'm
on
assuming
the-
that
on
is
this
on
list.
there.
Oh yeah, I worked at the movie theater when this came out. No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
That's a good movie.
I actually did work.
People need to.
What's number one?
What we need to do is put that in every theater right now, so people watch it and fucking wash their goddamn hands.
Number 1 is actually 28 Days Later. Rage.
Rage?
Yeah.
No shit.
Number
job.
2 is Grayscale from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Last of Us was number 3. Walking Dead was number 4. Simian Virus from Rise of the Planet of the Apes was number 5.
T virus isn't in the top 5.
Cabin Fever.
That's what I was trying to remember the name of it. I was trying to think of
It just says flesh-eating virus for Cabin Fever.
Hold on, I
Um,
want to see if this gets
The
me.
Eli Roth movie. Cabin Fever. Group of kids go out to a cabin and flesh-eating virus ensues. And then everybody starts killing each. What?
Finally, watch Cabin in the Woods. Just
I
wanna
knew
throw it out
him!
there.
Did that
Amazing
blow your
fucking
mind?
movie,
That's
isn't it?
pretty good.
Told you.
I,
Do you know who wrote it?
Huh?
You know who wrote it?
Wait.
Who co-wrote it? You mean?
Yes.
Just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who his other partner was though? Because
Uh,
you can name them both.
And who directed it?
I can't remember his name. I remember seeing it.
Drew Goddard. He's the
Drew
one that
Goddard.
created Daredevil and The Good Place.
Gotcha.
Yes. After Cabin Fever is The Andromeda Strain from The Andromeda Strain. After that is Outbreak,
I wanna see when
Contagion,
this-
Supernatural.
I'm waiting for this to get named because I'm
T
waiting for
virus
something to
isn't
get
in the
named.
top 10.
Halo, Blade Runner, X Files. Here's the one I was waiting
Wait,
for.
hold
Joe-
on. What's in Halo?
The Flood.
The Flood.
Again, would that not be a parasitic
Technically-
thing?
technically
That's
it
not
is
a
a
virus.
They
It's
kind
it's
of
a
evolved from a virus, though, didn't they?
Yes.
Isn't that the whole point
Yeah.
of the flood?
no. Here's the one I was waiting on Joe to name because this is the one I picked. Bonitis.
I love Bonitis. That is so great, and I cannot believe that's actually on the top.
That's
fucking
actually
list.
on. Yes.
My only regret is that I
On
had.
the top. This is blowing
I think it's
my
funny
mind.
Futurama placed higher than Resident Evil.
I know.
My only regret is that I had.
This list is a
Bonitis.
farce.
Yeah,
You-
this is a farce.
You ready for this? I'm gonna keep going. Futurama, Doctor Who, Firefly.
Firefly. What was
Reavers.
the Firefly?
No.
Oh.
Well, maybe.
What's it
Firefly.
say?
It's Bowden's Malady.
Adrian.
No, I don't remember what Bowden's malady.
Bowden's
is.
Malady. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
look that up later.
You know what that is?
Bowden's Malady. After Firefly, what we got? Doomsday. Fallout 3.
What?
Dreamcatcher. So Doomsday is.
You're just naming things.
Yeah. There's no way this is an actual list. T
Th-
virus.
th- th- This is people voting on IMDb's website.
People are stupid.
Dooms.
Oh, that's the
Cordyceps
virus that's
isn't
killing.
even a virus. It's bothering me.
Stand
That
for
disease?
I'm dumb brain because nobody's picking good things.
Yeah.
What
Got
disease?
'em.
It's the one from the train job when they steal all the medicine from the
Oh,
village.
okay.
It's all of
Got it. Doomsday. It's called the Reaper virus. Oddly enough, we're coming right after talking about what's it called? I'm just gonna name these because like when you vote and go through to see the actual standings, it doesn't list the name of the virus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Simian Flu, Game of Thrones, Grayscale, Batman and Robin, McGregor's Syndrome,
Really?
28 Days Later, Rage, Osmosis Jones, Red Death.
How did all of this place above Resident Evil?
No. Again,
okay, I
I'm
got
reading
what
these
you're
out
saying.
of order at this
I
point.
got what you're saying.
Futurama, Bonitis, Cabin Fever, Flesh-Eating Virus, Resident Evil, T Virus, Doctor Who.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on, I'll figure
It's out
out
of
where
order,
it places.
So he's saying he'll
This
tell
is
us
out
what
of
it is.
order right now.
Everything's out of
This is
order.
the click one to see where it placed. Doctor Who, Bliss Virus, DBZ, Heart Virus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Who
believe
has the
that
heart
placed.
virus? That's
Yeah.
why Trunks comes back from the future. Fuck all y'all never watching goddamn Dragon Ball Z.
I'm so
Come
proud
at me
of
on
you.
your grave.
I've seen
you're
maybe 3
dragging
episodes.
balls to watch that anime.
True, 100%. Supernatural, Ghost Sickness, Blade Runner, Methuselah Syndrome, Doomsday, Reaper Virus, Last of Us, Contagion, Andromeda Strain, Halos, Flood Parasite, Deus Ex, Grey Death. It's in the original.
I'm still waiting for you to name something.
Outbreak, Mataba, Mimic, Strickler's Disease, Dreamcatcher, The Ripley, Gears of War, Rust Lung, Carnosaur, the Carnosaur virus, Johnny Mnemonic, the Nerve Attenuation Syndrome,
Johnny Tsunami, the Need to Surf.
Johnny Mnemonic. Wrong movie.
I got Shannon to break.
Repo, the Genetic Opera, the Synaptic Neuro Overstimulation Syndrome, Ultraviolet, Hemoglophagia, Walking Dead TS19, Fallout 3, Forced Evolutionary Virus, Red Dwarf, Space Mumps, Last Ship, Red Flu, Babylon 5, Draffa Plague, Firefly, Bowden's Malady,
Giraffes of Plague?
Draffa Plague from
That's what the
Babylon
drafts they bring the play.
Star Trek
rats.
Next Gen, Barclays,
You can see him coming, Laser.
Protomorphosis Syndrome, Dragon Age Origins, the Blight
He raised
Disease,
the roof.
Blight was pretty cool.
yeah, and X-Files Purity.
I can't believe they didn't name it, but I was gonna call bullshit on it
What?
if they did name it. So never
What?
mind. I was waiting for them to name Night of the Living Dead because
It's Walking Dead. It's
correct.
the same
I was
thing.
waiting for them to name them both though and be like bullshit. They're one and the same.
Yeah.
They
So yeah, Night of the Living Dead.
they
zombies.
literally
This
announced
is the
recently,
same-
like confirmed. It's been thought for years, but Robert Kirkman officially stated that Walking Dead is in his head when he wrote it takes place in the same universe as Night of the Living Dead. So Night of the Living Dead happened, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all of that happened
Yeah.
along with Walking Dead down in Georgia.
Which is why.
Wait. Okay. My bad. Scrolling through, looking at this, we're looking at 28 Days Later, Game of Thrones, Resident Evil.
There you
Okay.
go. I was like,
That
what
makes
the fuck?
way
Yeah.
more sense.
I was like, how is that not
you
higher?
hit like the 18th spot, and I was like, T-Virus isn't on there?
Consider the fact we're naming like Doctor Who and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I like Doctor Who, but it's like, how are we naming that before the T virus?
It is.
Oh,
Holy shit, we've been going for over 2 hours.
yeah, we're at 2 hours
We
and 2
gotta-
minutes.
We gotta wrap up because I gotta go home.
Quick thing, just because I don't know if everybody here knows it. Has anybody here
Yes.
seen? Well, I know you two have because we were talking about this earlier. Have you guys seen the internet outcry of people that are furious and pissed and destroying their computers and destroying their PlayStations because Horizon Zero
There are
Dawn
actually
is coming to PC?
People doing that. I'm not
Destroying their
kidding.
computers or just their PlayStations?
Destroying their computers as well.
I've seen
Because people are pissed off because they're saying that Sony is ruining their reputation, and the thing that makes Sony so good is the fact that their exclusives are exclusives, and the fact that they're putting a console exclusive like Horizon
Sounds
Zero
like
Dawn.
they voted for
I've
Hill
said
on
it for
PC.
years.
Fucking snowflakes.
Here's the
I've
thing.
said it for years. Sony fans are fucking pussies.
Exactly. You're getting upset that the game that is exclusive to your console is coming to a wider
Yeah.
player base so that more people can buy it so that
And
that
enjoy it.
studio gets more money
Hey,
so that they can make a sequel.
shut the fuck up,
That makes too
Snowflake.
much
And
sense.
you're telling me that you're upset about that? You're upset that you're not special anymore. You are literally upset that you're not a snowflake.
Basically, the stuff that I do find funny is like one of the main things is people getting pissed off saying, "Oh, well, this takes all of my months of playing this
Yeah,
game
and
and
it
enjoying
it
this game,
tarnishes.
and it tarnishes the
Does
entire
it?
And
experience."
it's like,
I've had.
it
Shit.
doesn't at all.
No,
Because somebody
it
else can-
does, Joe.
Because somebody that doesn't have a PlayStation can now enjoy the game.
Well, I think these are also the same
Yeah,
people that threw a fit
I'm only
when,
supposed to enjoy it, not you,
It's no
Tyler.
longer pure. It's a fucking whore.
This is the same people.
Mud
that
blood
got-
exclusive.
Those discs, you know, a little thing that grabs the middle. There have been so many more consoles that are gonna grab that hole and fucking spin it.
Okay.
You okay?
So
I
we want to wrap this up on that note.
I was just gonna say these are the same people that threw a fit when they announced that Kingdom Hearts was coming to
Yeah.
Xbox,
Same people.
and they were just like, "This
Same
is
crowd.
bullshit. It's always
That's
been a
not what it
PlayStation
is.
game." And I was like, No, it's
No.
not
It
really
has it.
because
It's
it
on
was Square
DS.
Enix. Yeah, but I was like, they're like it was.
Squeenix.
They were like, it's fucking PlayStation. I was like, it's not though. But
You can't be a huge Kingdom Hearts fan and say it's only been on PlayStation when it's been on DS and fucking a shitload of Nintendo system.
and a shit ton of
On
mobile
Wii, right?
devices.
It's been on Wii once, right?
I don't think the Wii no.
I do find it funny. Gamers, when a game is Epic Games exclusive. Gamers, when Horizon Zero Dawn is no longer a PlayStation exclusive.
I will say, in all fairness, though, I feel like those are two different groups.
They're 100%.
I
They're
don't know.
both stupid.
They both
but
act the exact same.
I just
again,
imagine all of the like tuna from SpongeBob just like running into.
Horizon Zero Dawn was one of those games that, again, I didn't play. I watched Morgan play. I enjoyed watching her play it. It looks like a great game. There were a couple times that she had me help her with stuff because she wasn't
That's good with the controller.
as mechanically inclined with handling the
A
situations.
nice way to say she wasn't as good with the controller.
Yeah. And so like here I hadn't heard that news, so hearing that, I'm honestly excited because
Yeah, I
now
can
if it
play
comes
that.
to PC, I'll play it. Not that I wouldn't go and I own it on I could go home right now and play it on PlayStation 4.
Well,
You're
you're
something
not a
about being able to
console
boot it up
bitch.
But I'm not a console bitch, and
I take personal.
I want
Just rolls with it. I'm not a fucking pleb.
I would like to sit at my very nice computer in my very comfy chair and play Horizon Zero Dawn.
So,
Ice bitch.
is anyone getting on Modern Warfare to play Warzone tonight?
No, tomorrow I will though.
Yes, after I take these bitches home after we watch Alien.
You just let me know when, buddy.
I
Sounds
just
like
gotta
fun.
say real quick.
Can we wrap this up? 'Cause I gotta piss and I can't go to the bathroom until we wrap this up and everyone gets up.
Hey, so
All right,
has
so let's
anyone
put a
seen
condom
the
on this
latest
thing. And Dakota has to get back to work.
Any final words?
Dakota.
I didn't realize.
I was just gonna say I think it's funny that I spent $150 on Horizon Zero Dawn and I never even installed it.
Rough.
I have a fucking.
How does it make you feel now knowing that people on PC can play this game that you never played?
I'm mad and it tarnished my statue.
Wait, where is that statue?
Nick doesn't have one.
Oh,
Yes, I
did.
do. It's
Do
on my
you?
mantle.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
It's upstairs on my mantle above the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice statue too.
Katie
Anyway.
wanted to take it because she was just like, you didn't even play the game anyway. Just give it to me.
Anyway, so yeah, till next week. I'm Nick.
I'm Tyler.
Ragnaros. Joe. Ragnaros? Isn't it Ragnaros?
Ragnaros.
Ragnaros. Sorry, my bad.
Get your fucking vowels right.
I don't play this shitty game.
Who are you?
Oh, before you.
I'm Mug, the root beer.
I'm Corey because I'm normal. And we're wrapping this shit up.
Bye.
Piss.
And,
And that's
there's the
Tyler's
con-
dick
Horizon
that he's
Zero
touching in a
Dawn
few moments.
It's awful. Bye.